One disclaimer: this information is not presented by a medical practitioner and is for educational and informational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or heard. 2. How motivation increases self-esteem. When it comes to motivation, you will notice that it does more than get you going. It gets you to the point where you can accept the things the way they are and reach out for better things. There are so many ways that one would say that it can increase self-esteem. There are so many reasons why you try to find something that motivates you so that you can in the end be happier with who you are and with your life. The first way that motivation will increase your self-esteem is for the fact that it gets to look at the way things are. With motivation you will find there are times when you will be able to look at your life with a clear head and then be able to decide what and where you would like to go from there. The second way that motivation will increase your self-esteem is for the fact that once things start to work out for you, you will feel good about yourself. You will notice a change in your attitude about life and you'll actually be able to enjoy life. You will just feel better about yourself because you will see the opportunity for change that you have. 3. You will be able to appreciate the fact that you can do things and you will feel more eager to put yourself out there and reach for bigger and better things. The third way that motivation will increase your self-esteem is that it will give you courage. From the success that you will find from your self-motivation, you will be able to push yourself to go for other things that you may not have thought about, and you'll also push yourself to think about all the things that you might want to look into. Things that you might want to pursue in the future. This is a great way of living because you can begin to find the things that truly make you happy. You will feel like a success because you will be successful in your own personal achievements. Another thing about motivation is that it will make you see things in a positive light. When things begin to go great and everything ends up the way you plan it to be, you'll feel better about yourself and about everything in your life. You will begin to change the way you think from a negative light to a positive light. Everything will seem to change because you are thinking differently. When you begin to think positive, you can respect others and to appreciate the smaller things in life. Motivation is very important because you won't be able to succeed in anything that you wish until you are able to drive yourself. You need motivation in your life so that you have a reason to do more with your life. It is what makes you want to change into a better person. For without motivation there are a lot of things in life that would seem meaningless. Motivation makes you feel better about yourself because you will become full of hopefulness. When you are motivated to do something, there is a great sense that you can achieve these things. That is what makes it worth doing, knowing and believing that you are fully capable of doing something that you truly desire. Motivation is a great feeling, however, you just need to find the right thing to get you going. All you need to do is find something that you can be passionate about. Motivation will increase your self-esteem and self-awareness. 5. How motivation will increase your productivity at work. Self-motivation is very hard to generate, however, if you have something in your life that you are able and willing to work hard for, you should be able to motivate yourself to go for it. Motivation will increase your work productivity, however, you need to have inspiring duties for your job. The thing with most people is that they just do not have a job that they think is important. They do not have a role in the workplace that makes them feel fulfilled. You will want to make sure that you find something in the jobs that you take so that you can be inspired and motivated to go the distance with the job. The key to making sure that your job is motivational is looking for ways that you may have potential in the job. These ways could mean that you can foresee a promotion or begin a new job with the promise of a raise. You will want to make sure that you take a job that will give you room to grow so that you have something to aim for. You will want to make sure also that you are able to put the time and work into the job to make it seem fulfilling. This means that if you know that you are going to be taking a job that requires a lot of your time and attention, then you need to be prepared to give it. 6. If you end up taking a job that is more than you can handle, you will not be motivated, say the less. Let's say that you have the potential, but you just don't have the energy to put in the effort. What should you do? The first thing that you will want to do is ask yourself why you don't feel the energy to generate your own self-motivation. There must be something that is holding you back. It might be that you are scared to have the added responsibilities. You may just be worried about the way others perceive you. Most of the time, when you are not motivating yourself, it is because you have some type of emotional or mental conflict. You may just not be ready for more work, but you feel the need to move on. All you have to do is get over all of your job insecurities and believe in yourself. The least that you will ever have to do is believe in yourself. If you can believe that you can do something, you will find the motivation to increase your productivity. There is a huge reason why you should try to motivate yourself. The biggest reason why you need to find the motivation is so that you can make something out of your life and career. That doesn't mean that you have to go for CEO, however, you will feel better about your achievements if you work for them, instead of just getting them handed to you. You will find that the motivation for your productivity is important in the numbers. 7. If you work harder, others will too, and then the company will notice these small achievements and then give rewards for your hard work. The whole point of increasing your productivity is in hopes of being noticed by upper management or by getting a pat on the back from some of your coworkers. You need to look inside yourself and find a piece of your job or career that you like and then sticking with it. You should also make sure that you always accept a job that will give you a promising future and something to look forward to. 8. Motivation for recovering drug addicts. The thing with those who are trying to recover from drugs is that you need a certain amount of motivation so that you can stay clean and avoid from falling off the wagon. Where does such motivation stay within a person? Most of the motivation that a recovering addict needs comes from inside them. For a recovering addict to stay clean, they have to want to stay clean. There are so many reasons why people try to stay clean, but it is mostly from the fear of losing the love and comfort that they have come accustomed to. People clean up so that they can keep their comfortable lives. This is just one of the motivators, however there are so many more reasons why you may want to get clean and sober. What are the reasons that you are thinking about getting clean for? There are so many, but they all have a bit of motivation inside of them that you are able to encourage yourself to stay clean. So many people will fall off the wagon, however, if you just find the motivation, then you will be able to recover from anything. Also, you need to find the motivation to accept the truth. 9. This means that you cannot hide behind the emotion of the drugs. You can't slip up and then fall back on self-pity. The motivation that you need to find is the motivation to accept who you are and to find the courage to change it. There are so many people who manage to stay clean because they do not allow themselves to feel the pity. They are motivated to get up and take charge of their life. When you are on drugs, you are not in charge of your life. The drugs are in charge, but with the proper amount of motivation, you should be able to see the hard times through and come back out of rehab with a good, solid grasp on life and reality. When it comes to finding the motivation, there are so many things that you can turn to so that you can find the motivation. You can turn to your friends and family for the support that you need to find it in yourself to get off the drugs and stay off. You can also throw yourself into an activity. You can learn how to paint, draw, write, play, anything that allows you to take the focus off of your need for drugs. When you turn to these things instead of the drugs, you will find that things will get a lot easier over time. You won't have so many cravings and you'll be inspired. There are many artists that develop an hidden talent because of their ability to reach out for life instead of drugs. The whole point of finding your motivation for your rehabilitation is finding something that you can lean on until you are able to stand on your own. When you get hooked on drugs, you can spend years dependent on your next fix, and it is hard to depend on yourself when you have been depending on substances for so long. That's why you need to find something that will motivate you to stay clean and that you can use as a crutch. It doesn't have to be another person, but it can be. If you can lean on a close family member or loved one until you are able to stand on your own, you will find your motivation from the relationship much like an artist finds motivation in a painting. 11. Motivation to get away from addictions. It doesn't matter what your addictions are. The only thing that matters is that you are willing to find ways to overcome them. You need to find the right motivation before you plan on quitting, or you will never make it. In fact, if you aren't strong enough to recover, most people will end up falling off the wagon and hitting their addictions harder than ever. You don't want to put yourself in jeopardy. You just need to relax and find something inside of you that will give you the motivation from going back to the addictions. You need the motivation that comes from within yourself, as well as the support of others for you to make it on your own, addiction-free. Most of the motivation that you will find will come from within yourself. If you don't think that you have to quit for yourself, then you will never quit. You have to make sure that this is something that you want for yourself. You will need to make sure that it is something that you want to do, not because you feel pressured or forced to do. If you really are committed to your rehabilitation, then you will begin to find more inspiration to help you want to recover. The first step is hard, it's saying no. The second step is even harder. The second step means you have to say no forever. 12. To find the restraints that you will need, you will have to begin to lean on your sober and clean friends or family, and then also on things like the arts or activities that you may become interested in. Then once you find something that you can do instead of the addictions, you will go stronger and motivated to make a clean and sober life for yourself. However, not everyone has a problem with staying clean and sober. Some addictions do not go around drugs. There are other things like sex, the internet, and gambling addictions that might be a problem. In these cases, you will find strength in the people around you, and you may want to get a therapist to help you cope with the cravings and with the addiction. Motivation comes from so many things, and you will find many objects that help you from destroying your life. There are so many things that you need to open yourself up to so that you can find motivation to get away from the destructive behavior. Once you are able to get a grasp on life and reality, you may want to think about some of the things that motivate you to stay clean. Things like your friends, family, and hobbies can be a big part of your recovering, but you need to learn how to pinpoint what motivates you so that you don't feel the need to go back to the gambling or whatever your addiction might be. Once you find a little bit of motivation that keeps you from the addiction, you will need more things. 13 things that will give you the strength to stay clean and away from your addictive behaviors, and the only way you can do this is if you learn how to motivate yourself and to be influenced by the positive responses that those around you give to you in support of your recovery. Support from friends and family is where you are going to get the courage and strength to continue your recovery. You are going to need the support the most when you feel the need to slip up, but by using the motivation that you get from others and from yourself, you should be able to recover without any slip-outs. 14. How to motivate yourself. When it comes to motivating yourself, you will find that it is the hardest thing to do. It is just so much easier to offer your opinions to others than it is to offer yourself some advice. You may be the type who can easily be motivated, but you might not be. Either way, it's still hard to motivate yourself. The key to motivating yourself is to find a good, solid self-esteem level. You need to respect who you are and also accept yourself for who you are. You may be able to talk your feelings out with someone who is close to you and they will help guide you, but if you only knew just how great it feels to motivate yourself. If you would like to find a way to help with the way that you feel about yourself, you may want to think about seeking counseling. It's not a bad thing to see someone about your feelings. In fact, it can be a good and solid way to go about your lack of motivation. Once you are able to work on yourself, you will be able to unblock all your channels and find true motivation to go for something. There are so many other ways that you can motivate yourself. You will have to find the things that you really find interesting. There are so many people who just lack the inspiration, but once they find something that catches their eye, they are motivated to go further after it. 15. Most people only need that extra push. However, there are some people who need a push into reality. They need others to help influence them in order to get on the right path. You do not want to be someone who is just motivated by others. Those types of people never find happiness because they are always chasing other people's dreams. Those who find the ability to self-motivate will find the best kind of happiness, because it was their own. You should know that you are not going to be able to turn everything around in one night. You are going to have to work hard to find the things in the life that you truly want to pursue, and then you have to go for it. The worst part about people who are not self-motivated is that they are always listening to others. You cannot listen to the negativity that comes from others. You have to learn how to motivate yourself and to not care about others. The others do not matter if it is something that you truly want to pursue. Even the things that seem to be outrageous end up being the best ideas and inventions that has ever been known to man. The point to self-motivation is that you are capable of doing anything in the world that you would like. However, you cannot hinder your motivation by listening to others' opinions. The way to keep your motivation going strong is to make sure that you are centered and that you keep your positive spirits going. Every time that you hear something that is negative, you have to turn it into a positive. 16. That includes the negativity that you may encounter by not reaching your aim. However, if you learn to find the strength to keep trying, you will find the motivation to keep your aim high. To motivate yourself is the hardest task that you may ever have. However, it is completely worth it in the end when you accomplish your goal, knowing that you did it completely on your own. You will find that you can be completely happy knowing that you are able to do something on your own for yourself. 17. How to motivate others. You may think that it is easy to motivate others, but that depends on their personality, as well as yours. You may not be the type of person who can inspire someone. However, you may be just the point to motivate a dear loved one to find something that they truly feel passionate about. You may want to think about how you say things before you say it though. When you think about the way that you are coming off to the other, then you should be able to have what it takes to motivate someone. When it comes to the way that you say things, you are going to have to look at the way that you are approaching the subject, the tone of voice that you are using, as well as the words that you use. When it comes to communication, people do not realize that it might not be what they are saying, but how they are saying it. You want to make sure that you are able to communicate your message appropriately. The first thing that you want to do is take out the you in your words. When you use words like I think you are going to find that someone is going to get on the defense. You are going to find that others are going to take you the wrong way and things are going to come out right. You are going to also want to take out all the negative comments out of your motivational speech. 18. You cannot motivate someone by putting them down. You cannot try to get someone to move by pushing them. It just does not work that way. You will need to watch the words that you use and the way that you say them so that you are able to positively reinforce everything that you would like to say and inspire the person. However, for you to get the picture as much as the person that you are trying to motivate, you are going to have to learn how to listen. Listening can be very hard when you are used to doing all the speaking. However, you are going to need to learn how to, or you will never be able to fully communicate with someone. Before you go and try to talk to someone about getting him or her to find some motivation, you are going to have to ask yourself why it is important for him or her to find something. This is important because you don't want to confuse your motives with the situation. You need to motivate someone because you want the best for him or her, not because of what you lack in your life. It's hard to motivate anyone. All you have to do is make sure that you are there for the person and that you are there for them when they need you. This is important because it is your support that will motivate them to reach out for bigger and better things. If you are able to just be a friend to the person, you will find that eventually you will encourage them to be a better person. There are so rules on how to encourage someone. 19. All you have to do is be there for them as a support system and keep the communication lines open. You will also want to keep suggesting new ideas so that they may find something that motivates them. This is a great way to begin a stronger and closer relationship with someone and help him or her find the right path. Anyone who is able to be a good friend can motivate a person to reach out for bigger and better things. Anyone who is able to be a good friend can motivate a person to reach out for bigger and better things. 20. Motivation and saving money. You know what motivates people to save money? Fear. Fear helps people to get into the saving habit because it makes people realize that they can lose it all. You will end up losing many things if you don't learn how to manage your money. Don't wait until something has happened, like getting your car taken off of you. You will want to make sure that you want to find the motivation early in life. If you learn how to save your money a little bit at a time, you may be able to have a good hunk of change in the end. Saving money is important because you never know when the hard times are going to hit. You will find that there is a lot of motivation in knowing that you can have a safety net. When it comes to a safety net, you will find that it has a huge opportunity because you never know what will happen. Saving money is very important because you never know what could happen. You may end up losing your job. You may end up getting hurt. You need to make sure that you are able to cover yourself by saving the money. 21. Some other things that might come into mind when you are looking for motivation for saving money is something that you always wanted. Maybe you have a purpose to save the money and it is not for a rainy day. Maybe you want to save your money so that you can go away on vacation, purchase a car, purchase a home, purchase something huge and that you normally wouldn't buy. You will to think about the amount of money it is going to take to make the purchase, and then you are going to have to work hard saving the money. This is a great reason to save some money because you will love yourself in the end. You will know what it feels like to work hard for something that you truly want. If saving money for something particular is not what you want to do, then you might want to save the money for your future. There are so many people who are from the baby booming age who are now worried about how they are going to make it. They are worried about how they are going to be able to live after retirement. It's scary to be at an age where you can't work and not have any money saved for the future. If you want to be motivated to save money, then you should always think about what you are going to do for the future. You can never have enough money for the future, and you will learn that the more that you save, the better you are going to be able to live. 22. Another reason why you are going to have to save is for those unexpected things. Maybe you will end up at a crossroads in the future. You are going to have to choose one way, and you need to know that you have the money to cover up the losses that you might come into account of. You will find that there are a lot of things that are going to happen. However, if you save money for your future, and those unfortunate mishaps will always be covered, and you'll plenty of time to focus on the things that matter the most, not your money issues. You are going to have plenty of time to focus on the things that you really care about and not petty things like money. 23. How to increase your motivation to being a team. When you are given a situation that involves a group of people, you will find that not only will you have to learn how to work as a team, but motivate each other to work as a team. There are so many things that you are going to have to do in order to get the group to come together, but all a team needs is some direction and leadership. One of the best ways that you can motivate a team is by coming to the team and being a great listener and communicator. You will also want to come to the group with good leadership skills. Leadership skills is hard to obtain, however, you can always learn how to become a great leader by taking some classes, as well as seminars. When you come to the group as a leader, you will find out that everyone will appreciate the direction and come together. The other thing that you might want to keep in mind is being able to come to a group with leadership, but not dictatorship. You don't want to seem the boss of the group. However, if you keep the communication channel open, there is no reason why you cannot suggest some ideas of your own. If you notice that the group has gone off track from a task, you can always bring the group back through various motivational tasks. 24. Some of these things could be like taking a quick break, reviewing the meeting, and even asking the others to come up with a solution to the group. You will also want to come up with task-oriented activities so that you can always have the group motivated and ready for the tasks at hand. You will also find that if you look up some task-oriented activities, then you will be able to control the direction of the group and keep the communication open. The activities that you can do will vary, and you can find plenty of ideas online or from higher-ranking coworkers. You will find that you can even make up your own activities because it depends on the type of people that you are working with and the type of team that you are a part. If you really want to motivate someone, you have to find it inside yourself to get the team to reason with you and to get the motivation it takes to stay focused. You will find that if you are a good leader, you will not have so many issues with team motivation. However, you should always be thinking about the communication channels, and how you can communicate better within the team. You will find that communication skills are vital for you to be able to motivate anyone. It is very important that you learn how to motivate or lead a team, because there are many life lessons in being part of team. You'll learn even more lessons if you are in a group that can function as one. 25. You will find that it is very important as a leader for you to be able to communicate clearly, and by being in several teams you'll get the practice and training of how to be a leader. Being a leader is a great honor, and you might just want to take it all in with a positive attitude. Remember, when you are a positive leader, then you will be a part of a positive team. What you bring in the team is what you have to survive as a team. If you do not give it the time and energy needed to find out how to motivate anyone, then the team will fail. 26. How to increase motivation about being married. When it comes to motivation and being married, you will find that there are several things that will motivate you to get married and to stay married. The first reasons would be your mate, of course. The second would be your own feelings. While the third reason will be all of those around you that influence your decisions making. This people will be some of your closest friends and family members. First, you are motivated to get married and to stay married because of the person that is with. There are so many things that this person will do to motivate you to get married. The things are simple everyday things, but it could be something like a smile that could convince one to get married. It is the small things that count in a relationship, and it is the small things that will persuade you to marry or stay. Things like the way they look at you, the way they kiss you, the way that they light up a room. These are all good examples of motivation that someone gives to their mate when it comes to married. 27. The second reason that you may become motivated to marry or stay married is your feelings towards your mate and all the small things. They will have a serious impact on your feelings and heart. You will feel when the time is right and when things aren't so right. You will notice that everything will seem to be annoying or lovely. You will have times when you are doubtful, but everyone does. The thing that will motivate you the most in your decision to get married is if you feel like you could love the person forever. When you wake up one day worried that you'll never see them again, you know that it is love and that it is just right. You will find that love is very weird, but powerful. It is the number one reason you could be motivated to get married or stay in a rocky marriage. However, we tend to allow others to motivate your decision-making process. When it comes to things like family and friends, they are the first to either encourage or discourage the feelings that you have about things like marriage. We allow ourselves to be motivated by others because of our own uncertainty. However, you may find that your friends or family will be leading your life. You allow them to have a huge impact on your decisions. You should also know that there are going to be other factors, as well as a combination of these factions, that will encourage you to get married. The reason why someone gets married is very different from another. 28. The only thing that you can allow yourself to be motivated by is the truth, your feelings, and your mate. The same goes if you are thinking about leaving a marriage. Marriage is a big deal and you shouldn't allow yourself to take it so lightly. You don't want to have your marriage in troubles down the line because you were too motivated to get married. It is possible to be too motivated. That is when you do what you want and don't allow yourself to fully think things through. If you are seriously considering marriage, you should find motivation in yourself and in the relationship. If your mate cannot make you truly think of a reason, then maybe they aren't the one. You need to find the motivation of marriage from the person it is that you wish to be betrothed. 29. How to increase motivation about being clean. If you need motivation to be clean, then you are a lot off than expected. You should want to be neat and clean for the fact that it reflects upon you. Everything that you do and everything that you do not do reflects on who you are. That is why it is important that you go the extra mile in hopes of getting off the right impression. Impressions are very important, but someone just may write you off because of the way that you present yourself, your home, your car, and even your workspace. When it comes to your workspace, you should find the motivation in your coworkers. Look around and see how your space rates to the others. It may not be that great of an idea to leave your work area a mess either. In fact, staying clean may be a requirement for a job. You should demonstrate clean behaviors at work because you do not want to be discriminated either. You will find that people will get the impression that you are a slob or lay. You will be telling your coworkers that you just do not care about yourself and the job. When it comes to your appearance, you are going to be judged even harder. Your appearance will say a lot about who you are and the type of person you might be. 30. Those who are unkempt usually get the reputation for being dirty and a slob. They would even think that you are homeless. Do you really want to have people questioning whether you are a homeless? Most likely not, and you should use that for motivation to clean yourself up. In addition, for those who are single, you will find that those who look unkempt do not get a lot of dates for Saturday night. In fact, they usually end up alone. They will end up hurt and lonely from all the rude comments that people might say. You should also try to keep your home clean for the sake that you are going to have others over to see it. You will find that a messy home and being single do not go great if trying to get a date. You will also become depressed over your place. You will find that if your apartment is messy, then you will feel more depressed and negative. You will find that your self-esteem will go into a spiral downward turn, and if there is not a reason for you to clean, then nothing can motivate you. It is very important that you find the motivation to stay clean and keep your entire world organized and together. It is those who are organized and together that get the perfect job and find the person mate. They are ones that end up being successful. It is not cleanliness that brings you everything that you want, but the opinion of respect that you get from others when you are able to get things cleaned. When your office looks good, your boss notices you. When you look good and smell wonderful, you are able to receive the respect from others that you need. 31. To be motivated to be clean is not that hard. There are so many reasons why you may become motivated, but it's mostly to avoid hardships. When you are messy and unkempt, you get a lot of negative attention, and that is not good. No one wants nor needs to have the type of negative attention that you will get from being unclean. Being clean has many positive effects on life, and it helps you get further in life. Being clean allows you to be successful as a person. 32. Increase motivation for healthy eating habits. For motivation for healthy eating habits, you should look at yourself. There are so many people in the world who suffer from obesity, and it can get harder in life for those who are morbid obese. You will that your weight will hold you back from a lot of experiences, and your eating habits will prohibit you from being healthy. So many things could motivate a person to start eating right, but there are many things that hold a person back from doing things that are healthy. The first reason that people find it hard to be motivated to eat healthy is the price of food. The thing is that healthy foods do cost more, but if you learn how to cut out all the sweets and the junk food, then you will actually be saving money. You may think that you are getting more for your dollar, but you really aren't. To find the motivation to spend the money on healthy food is to find self-control. If you are grazer, then you obviously will notice a difference in the amount of food that you have. However, if you can find it in you to begin a new way of life, then you will surely have the money for your altering eating habit. 33. The number one reason that you should find motivation for healthy eating is yourself and family. First, you should care about yourself. You should care about the way that you look and feel. When you eat junk food, even though it may taste good, you will find that it can depress you. You will also notice depression when you finally take the time to look at yourself. When you don't like how you look, you'll become depressed and begin to hate yourself. However, if you take the steps now to eat healthy, you will never have to worry about feeling bad about yourself. As for the family, you should eat healthy for them. First, you need to set the example and show your family, mostly your kids, the right way to tackle life. Secondly, you should being to eat healthy for the fact that foods can be deadly. After long-term eating of unhealthy foods, your heart begins to weaken. You may be putting yourself and your family in danger because of things like strokes, heart attacks, and high blood pressure. You will find that your health is not just a concern of your own, but your family cares too. You should increase the habit of eating healthy foods for all the things that you might miss because of all the junk food. Again, it does cause depression, but it also keeps you from doing some of the things that a normal person takes for granted. There are so many things that you are going to miss because you did not take care of yourself. You will find yourself tired all the time and your moods will change drastically because you are not eating right. 34. There are so many things that you will miss because of the bad foods that you eat, and you really should think about the future. If you need motivation for your health, the future is just the place. Can you imagine what could happen to you in the future if you do not take care of yourself? You may end up seriously hurting yourself and others because of your lack of concern for health. In fact, in the future, you may end up dying because you did not eat the right foods when you had the choice. Remember, eating healthy is a choice that we all should make, no matter what. 35. Motivation for a fun day at work. It can be very hard to find a reason to go to work, let alone to have fun at work. However, you can begin your day full of motivation and determination to have fun at work. Many things bring a person day throughout their day, but why let the daily grind of things bring you down? You will want to think about all the possibility that the day might bring. The motivation to have a fun day can begin because you have enough sleep to feel rested. You have to get at least 8 hours of sleep so that you can wake up feeling refreshed. For those who sleep more or less will only find their day to be a drag. Then once you have gotten the right amount of rest, you should then think about having something to eat. Every day starts with a healthy and delicious breakfast. This will also give you the energy needed to deal with the rest of the day. The key to finding the motivation for a fun day at work is not allowing anything to bring you down. You have to be determined to have a good day in order to have. You have to wake up with the ability to let things roll off your back. You can't be so serious about your day. 36. You have to find the motivation to have fun inside yourself. You just have to wake up thinking that the world is full possibilities. In fact, did you know that if you begin your day thinking that today is not like any other day, your day will end up being extraordinary? It is true. Because of karma, you will find that you will get back from the world what you give it. The point of karma is to lead a good life, and in return, you will have a good life. Like if you pass a homeless person on your way to work, if you throw a little bit of charity their way, you'll end up getting back something from the world that will be positive. Karma motivates people every day. For those who don't know what karma is, it is the way that the world treats you. However, for you to have good karma, you have to lead a good life. Karma is like that saying, what comes around, goes around. If you are not into the whole karma thing, you may want to think about letting go for your own sake. Some people find it easier to laugh than cry, and that goes the same for work. People find it easier to perform their job when they laugh. It is good to give in to these people. Allow someone to tell you a joke or tell you a story. By socializing with others, you'll find the motivation to look positive throughout the day. When you find the motivation going away, you may want to think about something that has happened to you lately that was enjoyable, and then use that to motivate yourself to see the good in the day. It is hard to motivate yourself, but if you are able to begin the day on the right foot, you'll find that the motivation to have fun at work will become 37 easier every day. You'll find that not only will you be able to motivate yourself to work harder, but to even live life happy to be employed. There are so many people who dread their job, but if you can see the good in your days, then you'll be able to live a much happier life and to have fun at work. 38. How to increase motivation and be a coach. When you are given a situation where you are in a leadership role, you will want to take full advantage of it. You will want to try to get the most out of the situation, because not only will you learn some hard life lessons, but you will also be able to find out the ways that you can show your leadership skills off. There are so many things that you can do to motivate a group as the coach, but you have to own up to some things first. First, you will want to find the motivation to be a good coach in your own skills. If you are able to be a good leader and not be a dictator, then you might be ready for such position. However, being a coach means more than leadership. You have to know how to listen to others and how to effectively communicate with others. You need to know how you can tell others about your ideas, but you need to know how to communicate your words clearly and effectively so that the message is not blurred. How you can increase your motivation and be a coach is very simple. You can begin to take more leadership roles. When you can, you should take on more responsibility by asking to be placed in a leader role. You will find that you can be a leader every day at work. 39. If you take the knowledge that you learn from being an active leader, you'll find the motivation to be a coach. However, not everyone has what it takes to be a coach. You may be eager to take a coaching position, but you have to be aware that when you are a coach you have to give the team direction, structure, and a positive support system. You have to be it all for a team when you are the coach. You have to learn how to motivate your players. When it comes to motivating your players, you will notice that not everyone will become motivated the same way. Sometimes you need to be tough with your players and other times you need to be gentle. It's hard to tell how to get someone to learn or become motivated, and this is why you need to try it all before you give up. In fact, you really should never give up on a player or you will be giving up on the team. One way to motivate someone is to take him or her aside and have a deep talk to him or her. Ask them about the concerns that you may have and you then need to take the time out to listen to them. Everything can be solved when you take the time to talk things out. You'll find that everything will be better when you are able to give your player one-on-one time so that you can personally motivate them to reach bigger and better goals for themselves and for the team. This is also where you'll get the motivation to become a better coach. With each player that you have to talk to aside, you'll learn how they need to be treated to motivate and you'll also find ways that you can improve on a coach. 40. The best way for you to find the motivation to become a team leader or coach is by practicing your communication skills. Your communication skills will motivate you to take roles where you are a leader because you'll feel comfortable in such a position. You'll feel better about who you are as well. You'll find all the motivation that you need in yourself to become a good leader. You'll learn from your players and they will make you a better coach and a better person. The only motivation that you truly need to be a coach and leader is motivation within yourself to become a better person. 41. Increase motivation and energize others. You may think that it is easy to motivate others, however, you will find out quickly enough that it isn't always so easy. You will find that you'll have difficulties with some people and you too will feel frustrated from not being about to give them the extra push, however, you need to have patience. When it comes to motivate and energize others, you are going to have motivate and energy yourself first. When you are excited about things, so will others. You need to find it in yourself to motivate yourself to be excited about something. If you can find the excitement, you'll be able to share your feelings with those around you. The first thing that you will want to do when trying to motivate and energize others is to become passionate about something. You will find that if you come to others with a lot of passion and excitement, they will begin to get excited themselves. You may also want to think about rewards. Although it may seem like bribery, you will find that many managers will reward their workers and it tends to energize and motivate them to work harder. If you happen to be a coach of a sports team, you will find that these rewards will really get the team's blood pumping. 42. The rewards doesn't have to be much. In fact, the little bit of an reward will still get others excited about the task at hand. However, you also will have to get your players or workers plenty of support. When you motivate, you need to tell your players or workers positive comments. You need to support them for their efforts and energize them to be better. Once they begin to see success in their efforts, they will begin to motivate themselves, but as a leader or coach, you need to begin the process with positive insight. If you also give them something to look forward to, not necessary, a reward, you will be able to motivate and energize others. Like if you tell them what all their efforts will do for the company or for the group, people are more likely to work harder for the goals. Most of the time, when you start at a big company, they will tell you exactly how important you are to the company. This is a good idea because it makes others feel good about their job and role in the company. It helps motivate themselves because their self-esteem needs are being met. That's another thing. You may want to think about a concept known as Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You will find that your workers or team members will feel motivated and energized when they have their 5 basic needs being met. If you have your basic needs along with safety needs, social needs, and self-esteem needs, you'll be set and driven to meet the self-actualization step of 43, the theory. In this you'll work all your life trying to be everything that you want to be. Maslow shows that if you take care of your employees' basic needs, then they will want to become a better person. They will become self-motivated and driven to work hard for the group or company's goals. If you are able to take care of your employees or players, you will be able to motivate them. You will have an understanding between the two of you, and you'll notice that they will work harder for the group's mutual goals. This is the best way you can go about motivating and energizing others to achieve all the goals of the company or group. 44. How to build motivation passively. Many people will build motivation in the workplace or social situation passively. This means that you build the motivation without trying. There are many ways that you can build motivation without even knowing it. Sometimes it is just your natural personality, and sometimes it is just from all the knowledge that you have about a subject. When you have authority, you are able to motivate others passively. Authority has a lot of power. However, you'll find that there are different types of authority that you can possess over someone. However, make sure that you use the power to motivate positively. When it comes to your personality, you will find that others just tend to listen to you because they like you. In fact, you will find that they will listen to you because they have come to know and trust your instincts. You have authority over them because of the fact that you are able to influence others. Others may find that you just seem to have the skills needed to be a leader. You will find that if you take the time to actively know some of your coworkers, they will, in return, respect you and listen to you with motivation. 45. They will be more inclined to become motivated when you are around because you have given them a strong basis of a friendly relationship. Your personality has a lot to do with motivation. You cannot motivate someone if you are not the type of person that can get others to listen. You don't have to have a strong personality, but by taking the time to get to know some of the people who you meet with, you'll be able to motivate them through a bond. Also, you will notice that you can motivate others through your authority. You may be able to motivate someone just because you rank higher than them. This is where you have real authority over them and therefore have the right to tell them how to perform or behave at work. When your boss comes around and mentions for you to do something, do you not always jump right on that? That's the power of authority. However, there are several different types of authority, and you'll find they all can motivate others to work harder for the company or group goals. If you don't have real authority over someone, you may have knowledge authority. You have power over others because you know so much about something. For those who can call themselves masters or theorists of a subject tend to be influential because of the fact that they know so much. You will find that if you have a special knowledge over someone, they will look at you with admiration for motivation and inspiration. You can motivate someone because they admire you. 46. That's the next way that you can motivate someone. You can motivate someone because they like you. Whether it be on a friendly or romantic relationship, you'll find that they will look to you for advice and acceptance. This authority can motivate someone because they don't want to disappoint you. Feelings such as this can be very strong, and the motivation that you can get someone can be even stronger. No matter what reason it is that you can motivate someone, you should feel happy knowing that you can motivate someone. There aren't too many people who feel that they matter or mean to anyone. Some people feel that they could never motivate anyone. Motivation is a very powerful tool, and it should be used with caution. You should also try to motivate someone for his or her own good, and not for yours. 47. How to build motivation in others. Motivating others can be very difficult and frustrating. You will find that there are so many people who can be motivated easily, and then there are some people who need some extra encouragement. You can motivation by having open communication and by giving them the support that they need to reach for new and better things. When it comes to having open communication, you have to have an open mind. You have to be able to listen to them. You need to not only listen to what others have to say, but you have to understand what they're telling you. A great relationship regardless of being friends or family, you will find that your bond will get stronger by being able to understand each other. Once you have mutual respect and understanding, you will be able to motivate each other. You will also want to think about the way that you communicate with the person. You will need to be direct and supportive. You will also need to think about all of the things that you would like to say to the person. You'll also find that if you pick your words before you speak, the message will end up being clearer. 48. The first thing that you need to do in order to motivate someone is to come down to their level. This means you have to know where they are coming from. Then you have to sit down and talk to the person about how you feel about them. This means you have to explain why you would like them to become motivated. Once you are able to explain yourself, then you will be able to have the mutual understanding. Now that you are talking, you may want to lend some support. You will need to show them and tell them that no matter what, you're there for them. You'll want to show them support in your relationship with them. When they get excited about something, you need to give them the support and encouragement to go after it. You don't want to hinder their motivation or limit them. To encourage someone does not mean that you tell him or her what and how to do something. When you encourage someone, you give them some general direction and allow them to take over. When it comes to building motivation in others, you will find that there are some skills that you have to have in order to get your message clearly across. You will need to become a good communicator. A good communicator will be able to listen and understand the words that the person is saying. They do not jump to conclusions, but wait their turn to speak. Not only do you have to be a good communicator, but you also have to be patient. 49. This means that you have to let the person say everything that they need to, and then you have to choose your words carefully and speak your mind. This is not when you get angry or mad. However, you have to look at things objectively and carefully so that no one's feelings are hurt. There are a lot of people who find it hard to motivate others. You may find that it is frustrating to talk to someone, but if you take the time to get your message across, you should be able to motivate him or her and make your relationship stronger. Motivation is something that you have to be careful about. You may end up sounding bossy and opinionated. If you choose your words carefully, you should be able to successfully motivate them. Motivation can make or break a relationship, but if you go about it in a respectful way, you will find that it will help your relationship become stronger. 50. Motivation and art. How to create fun for those who are artists. It can be hard to find motivation. People lose creativity because they don't have something that makes them inspired. If you are able to find something that inspires you, the motivation for your art will come alive. How can you motivate yourself to create fun, art, and masterpieces? The first thing that you will need to do is let go. Throw a piece of paper on the floor and leave it. Take a pencil and just write, no worrying about what. There are so many activities that will get your mind working and your art will just appear. The best thing that you can do if you have a lack of creativity is to take a piece of paper and a pencil/pen and write. You can write in sentences, just words, or ramble. If you allow yourself to write without thinking, you'll find some ideas. After a minute or so, you should then read what you have written and you'll surely find some type of inspiration to get the creative juices working. Motivation is something that you may not be able to generate by yourself. Sometimes writing mindlessly doesn't always work. 51. This is the time when you need to go out and take a walk. Do not think about anything, but just sit in a park or near tree and watch life pass you by. When you notice that you have too much on your mind, if you are able to get away from everything, you'll be able to motivate yourself. There is so much inspiration in the small things that surround you. There is a lot of motivation that you can generate from everyday life. Motivation and art is hard to come by. The problem is that you may have too many ideas and it doesn't work out blending all the ideas together. If it is fun that you are trying to create, you may want to go and have some fun yourself. You will need to get out and have some simple fun. Go out with some friends to a bar and let go of all the stress. You can go with your nieces or nephews and have fun at an amusement park. The simple fun will inspire you and motivate you to create art filled with fun. You find that the fun that you have with others will help you let go of all your stress and create some wonderful art and have fun doing it. For those who are writers, you'll find that it's hard to create fun while trying to create art. You'll find that if you take some time out of your day to focus on yourself, you'll be able to have some fun creating your work of art. For those who are painters or drawers, you'll find the motivation that you need by spending time with others and getting back to the simple life. Life gets complicated as we grow up, however, if we take the time to have some simple fun and a ridiculous time, life doesn't seem so bad. 52. It's a good thing to act like a child every now and then, because it is what keeps our minds forever turning ideas out. Fun will inspire you and motivate you to put something together that is wonderful. Also, for those who can use fun as motivation or inspiration will end up having a fuller life. If you end up finding the things that takes you back to some part of your innocent childhood, you will be able to inspire yourself to create art. You'll also feel better about yourself and your ability to work. Fun has a huge impact on a person's spirit, and the more fun that you have, the better life gets. 53. How motivation and music interact. When it comes to motivation, we find it from all sorts of things. Your peers, your pet, a movie, and even music can motivate you. Music plays a huge part in life. Music has inspired thousands of people to pursue dreams and to find you. When it comes to music, it seems to inspire those at a very young age. The thing music is that it's everywhere and everything. You can hear a song that has the same lyrics as another, but sounds completely different. Music motivates others in a way that nothing else can compare. It gets you to begin to feel something from the lyrics and music of a song. You'll find that music can alter your mood. Depending on the type of music, you can get pumped up for a game, you can get ready for bed, you can even generate some energy. Music can also convince others what to do. The thing about music is that it can touch you. You can relate to the music and you can find comfort in the words and notes of a song. The thing is that some people allow the music to motivate them in a positive or negative way. 54. Depending on how you take something, anything can give you a positive or negative idea on life or a piece of your life. You can be motivated to be a better person from a song. You can be motivated to tell someone that you love him or her. You may even become motivated to get on the right track. How and why does music seem to have such power? Music has power because it can be something that we can relate to. It is something that we might be able to understand, and it gives people comfort being able to relate. It makes someone feel important. It makes someone feel like there are others who know what they are going through and they have decided to make their life a positive one. As we grow up, music becomes even more important to us. In the teen years, music helps a person to discover who they are. It helps a teen to get through their awkwardness and work towards a positive light. Sometimes when we go through difficult things like drug or alcohol abuse, the music can touch a person so deeply that they have the strength to want to change. Music gives a person courage. You cannot listen to the radio every single day and not find yourself motivated to do something. You will listen to music and feel something inside of you change. You'll notice that your mood will become negative or positive because of a song. 55. Music, when fully listened to, has more power over our thoughts and feelings than what your parents or mate might have. Music is a very inspiration thing. Have you ever noticed that you work harder and longer when you have the radio on? It has been proven that people work harder when music is present than when it isn't. That is why many businesses and establishments will provide their workers with music. It's not fully certain why people are motivated, but it is certain that it does make you reach your goals. It may just be something to cover up the awkward silence, but it might be something in the beat that makes you work harder. Music is motivation no matter what. You will find that music makes you begin to think and dream. Music also gets the blood flowing because it energizes others to do their work. If music is anything, it is energy. It will get you going and it can also inspire you to become a better person. 56. How to use motivation in a letter. When it comes to using motivation, you can use it in any form of communication. You can use it in an email, instant message, verbal communication, and also in a letter. If you are thinking about writing a letter to someone, you should think about using some motivation. You will find that you have to be more aware of the words that you choose in a letter. When we communicate with others, they use the tone of voice, the words, and body language to get a message across. However, with a letter you are only using your words. You may be able to get your feelings across by making things capitalize, but most of the time you aren't going to be able to get everything that you want across. This is where you need to choose your words wisely, and then you'll have to get several people to read it so that the message is clear. The first things that you will want to do to write a letter of motivation is make a connection with the reader. This is where you write some small talk and kind of beat around the bush. You don't directly tell someone that you're worried or that you're concerned. 57. You just want to make a connection with the reader. Once you have made the connection with the reader, you'll want to describe your motives for wanting to inspire them. Explain your feelings and motives. You may find that it is something that would better the company or better the person's life. Depending on the relationship that you have with this person will define your motive. If it is something that would benefit you, you should not hide that fact. If this is something that would make your life better, then you need to tell them that. All you have to do is tell the person that you both have a good relationship and that you need a favor. The truth is what will motivate you to become a better person or do something. If you feel like you are being lied to, you're not going to be motivated to do anything, and that is why you need to be honest. Throughout the letter you need to be able to stay on topic and to supportive. You want your words to be direct and clear. You also want your words to sound like you're being honest and concerned for their own benefit. You will want to come supportive and understanding. Kind words will always be a way to motivate someone. You will always be able to win someone over with a kind word rather than an unkind word. You'll also find that if you show respect, you'll get respect. When you are trying to motivate someone through a letter, you have to think about the respect that is written in your words. 58. Basically, if you show your concern and care for the person's well-being, you'll be able to motivate them to become a better person. You can use motivation in a letter, and for some the letter is the only form that you can do so. You will want to make sure that you never write anything in the letter that you would not want others to read. You should also think about the fact that you would not want to write anything that you would not want someone to think about you. This means that you should not use vulgarity or obscene language in a letter. That letter will come back to haunt you, as well as writing information that you would not want others to know. When you choose your words wisely, you will be able to get the point across and positively motivate someone. 59. Where to find motivation books? Are you looking for motivation books? Are you aware that you can find motivational books anywhere now? Not only can you purchase a motivational book at any local bookstore, you can also purchase them online through various sites. You can also get a motivational book at the library if you don't want to purchase the book. For those looking for some motivational books to purchase, you will have to do it either online or offline. When it comes to finding motivation books, you can go to any of the local malls or bookstores and find something that you are looking for. However, there are so many motivational books that you may want to know specifically what you are looking for. You may need a motivational book to teach you how to cook, how to be a better person, or how to discover a new hobby. You'll be able to find a book to motivate you for anything. When you go to the bookstore, you will want to stop by the desk clerk and ask where the motivational or self-help books are located. Then once you go over and check out the books, you may want to see what works best for you. 60. You'll also need to ask maybe for some assistance or opinions from the store workers. You can take your time and flick through the book. You will also want to make sure that it is exactly what you are looking for, because books do tend to be very expensive. For those who have the time to look things up on the net, you may want to go to one of the sites that provide you books. Sites like Barnes & Noble or Amazon.com will help you find the book that you are looking for. The best part about going online to purchase a book is that you can choose everything. You can choose your price, because they both will have used or new books, and you get to choose the book. Some stores don't offer that many options, but you'll find thousands of motivational books on these sites. You will want to make sure that you read a few pages of the book, as well as look at the review. You'll be able to find the right book for you and still in the pleasure of your own time. You can come and go to find the right book and you do not have to feel like you're being rushed to make a purchase. You can also have the book mailed directly to your home, or you can pick the book up at a local Barnes & Noble. However, you will find that getting the book is more convenient for yourself. Now, motivational books can be very costly. You are going to find that there are a lot of books that you are going to have added to your collection, and you might get to the point where you just don't want another book laying around. 61. That is why people use the library. You can use the library no matter how old you are. There are a lot of libraries that will ship books in from other libraries, in case they don't have what you are looking for. It's nice to use the library because you aren't paying the money for the book. You are also giving back to the community because every time that you use the library services you will end up making the library and the community money through funds. As long as a library is used, the government, local and state, will give back to the facilities. 62. What is motivation? What is it all about? What can it do for you and where does it come from? These are just some of the questions that will be answered. Motivation is something that drives you from the inside. It is a feeling of emotion that will drive you to strive for goals and achieve all of the things that you would like to do. It comes from inside your heart. It comes from the place of your heart that makes you want to be a better person. Motivation is what keeps the human race moving forward. Motivation can do a lot for a person. It can help a person achieve a goal short-term or long-term. It can help a person find themselves. It can also help a person become a better person. When it comes to motivation, you can do whatever you want to do. It is what drives you to be a better person because it allows you to grow and to learn. Motivation allows you to have the courage to define yourself and to reach out and seek out new experiences. You will end up growing a lot as a person because you allow yourself to experience new things outside of your comfort zone. When you take yourself out of your comfort zone, you will find that you can have love, fun, success, and everything that you can ever think about. 63. Self-motivation is the best motivation that you can have. However, you can become motivated by other things. You can be motivated by your peers, your loved ones, and your religion. When it comes to self-motivation, you will find it inside yourself, a powerful energy boost to go for what you want. This energy boost will not allow you to quit until you have reached your goal. Self-motivation is the best just for the fact that you are doing it for yourself. You aren't changing or reaching for higher expectations because of someone else, but you are simply doing it for your better good. Self-motivation can also be the most powerful form of motivation. Many determined people will be so empowered that they will just not give up or quit. Sometimes it can seem like you're borderline obsessive. However, you will feel so successful when you reach a goal because of self-motivation. People are also known to be motivated by other things. You can be motivation by someone else or money. When someone else motivates you, it is mostly because you are being forced to. You are usually motivated because they give you an ultimatum. They give you a choice and you feel forced to change or you will end up punished. This is not always the best way to get yourself going. However, if someone is trying to motivate you, you should think why and then try to find yourself a way to motivate yourself. 64. Now people say that they are motivated to work because of the money. However, money is not the only reason why you are motivated to work. Even if you think you are motivated to work because of the money, it is also so that you can feel complete. People are motivated mostly so that they can feel whole. Some people spend their entire life trying to find something that will motivate them, but the entire answer lies within. People are motivated because of so many reasons, and motivation can do so many for a person's ego, self-esteem, and career because of all the success that you will find. Success is a big boost to the ego, and with a little bit of self-motivation, goals can be reached, and so will so many more future goals. 65. Motivation for employees. How to get it started. There are so many ways that you can motivate a person. However, you have to think about the person and their personality before you try to motivate employees. It's a good thing that you want to motivate your workers because you will eventually improve your production and then profit. There is a lot to gain with motivated employees, however, you need to know how to get them motivated. When it comes to motivation, you need to be positive about your comments towards the employees. Everyone is different and needs to be treated differently. There are a few ways that you can motivate your employees. The first way is their compliments and suggestions. This is where you give them encouragement by complimenting their productivity, and then you suggest for them to set a new goal or support them to continue to reach their goals. This is the way that you need to treat sensitive workers. You are able to motivate them because they need just a little boost to their self-esteem to be a little bit better. The second way is to give solid criticism. There are some people who are perfectionists, and when you give them constructive criticism, you are able to motivate them to perform better. 66. What you are doing is challenging them to reach for a higher level of performance or goal setting. The third way to motivate a worker is by force or power. This is not suggested, but if nothing else happens, they will start to work harder if they know that they are being monitored. If they know that they are on the list of people who could potentially be fired, they will work harder than ever. One of the most important tools that you will need to motivate your workers is encouraging words. You will need to show your workers that you care about their own goals as well as the company's goals. You need to be able to show your workers that you truly care about their progress. Then you should think about the force. Don't allow yourself to be a bully. If you really want to get your workers to become better, you will want to give encouragement and understanding. If you find that you are losing your patience with a worker, you may want to sit down and talk to that worker. Through the talking, you will find motivation for the both of you. You will be able to find something that will push the worker to their potential, and you will also get a better understanding of how to approach the worker in the future. Motivation is something that comes from everywhere. It comes from management, it comes from peers, and it comes from inside. Many employers make the wrong decision to give things to the workers to motivate them. Giving gifts or rewards to the employees are just nice every now and then. It is appreciated by employees if you give them a gift every now and then. 67. If you notice that your workers aren't giving you what you need, then you may want to challenge them by offering a reward. You will also want to use this tactic when you reach a stalemate. When you have tried everything else, rewards will work out. This can be a small raise, a day off paid, an extra vacation day, and so on. Just give them something small that will boost their morale so that they can give it their all. This is a way to get the motivation started in your workplace. However, with a few kind words, and some support and understanding, you can have outstanding employees. 68. Motivation for children. How to teach them. It is important that motivation is installed in your child because it is the basis of their self-esteem. Children need to be motivated and supported by their parents so that when they grow up, they are able to make the right decisions. It's hard to teach your children things like motivation, however, you can teach your child how to be self-motivated. Self-motivated children grow up to be self-motivated adults. The first thing that you can do for your children is tell them that you love them. Tell them just how much you care and support their goals. Tell them that they will always be your children no matter what. However, with this display of affection, you need to let them know that it's great to have goals, but encourage them to allow themselves to fall back on others when they need to. The best part of teaching your children how to motivate themselves is showing your children just how much you care. Let them know that for a while they have a safety net when it comes to world. Encourage them to define who they are and what they want. They support them whenever they need you. You need to support your children no matter what you think. 69. There are going to be some mistakes that they make along the way, but as long as they aren't major, then you don't need to interfere. If it does not work out, the children will learn. When it comes to growing up, it is our mistakes that make the biggest impact on our lives. The worst thing that you can do is suffocate your child. You cannot motivate your child by giving them direction. You need to give them some support, and through the parenting that you have done, you should find that they would make the right decision. When you make the choices for them, you are not motivating them. You are crushing their self-esteem and ability to be self-sufficient. There are a lot of parents that make that mistake. However, if you take the time to talk to your child about the choices that they make in their life, you are giving them morals to live by, and that will motivate them to become a better person. Another thing that you don't want to do is judge your children because of their decisions. When you start judging them because of a decision that they made, you will discourage them from standing independently, and it will hurt their self-esteem. Motivation needs self-esteem because they need to have the courage to go for something that they love or enjoy. When it comes to parenting, you need support them. When you support them, they will find it within to motivate themselves so that they can grow up to become independently. 70. It's hard to teach your children, and it can be very difficult. However, if you tell them that you love them, and if you tell them that they will always be your children, talk things out with your child so that they are able to find comfort and support in your motivation. When you are motivating your child, make sure that you give them plenty of options so that they can feel independent, and you can motivate the child to reach for bigger and better goals. When you are motivating your child, you need to remember that you are important to their life. You are the center of the universe, and you have to set precedent by being a good role model. By being a good role model and supportive of your children, you will find that your children will become self-motivated and independent. 71. Motivation for your spouse. How to motivate your spouse for the motivation of oneself is hard. It can be even harder if you are trying to motivate your spouse. You not only have to show them that you care and support them, but you also have to think about their feelings. Can you motivate your spouse without harming your relationship? There are a lot of women and men who try to motivate their mates and end up single. Why is that? Most of the time they end up being single because they push too hard. You want to give a nudge and you want your spouse to become motivated, but there is a point where your motivation tactic can end up being nagging. When you begin to nag your spouse, that is when you begin to lose their respect and love. When it comes to encouraging your mate, you want to make sure that you have a mutual respect for each other. Once you have that respect, you are able to motivate your mate without making it a hostile situation. The first step to encouraging or motivating is supporting. You have to tell the person that you are willing to help them reach their goals by supporting them and encouraging them to be a better person. You will not only want to talk about their feelings, but your feelings as well. 72. When you talk about your feelings and the way you see the relationship or situation, then you need to talk about what it is that they need to be encouraged to do. When you talk about motivation, you need to know how they feel about the situation. When you open the communication channels, you will find that the situation will be easier to handle and they won't feel like you are being pushy. You have to be careful when it comes to encouraging your mate. You don't want a little bit of encouraging to end up being some big huge fight. When you encourage your mate, you want it to seem as less controlling and more concerning. You will want to make sure that you talk over things. Also, you need to think about the way that you say things. The way things are said are very important. You can take something that is to sound like a compliment, but it can be taken like an insult. The way that you say things include the tone of your voice and the words that you choose, so choose your words wisely so that you don't end up regretting anything that you say. Also, take the time to make an understanding and discuss your needs. It is very hard to encourage a mate. It is hard because you are so close to this person and you don't want to hurt their feelings or make them feel bad. Once you have the basis of the understanding because you two have talked, you will want to make sure that you use your words and actions to show them that you have all intentions of supporting and loving them no matter what. 73. You will find that you can motivate or encourage your mate by telling them that you love them and need them. Give them a reason to reach for bigger and better ideas. You will be able to build a strong and healthy relationship, and you will also be able to have a self-reliant and independent partner as well. Motivation is important to your partnership and relationship. Your relationship will be able to move forward and continue to move forward smoothly because you two have found ways to motivate yourself and make the relationship stronger. 74 How to increase your motivation towards your family. Having good motivation towards your family is important. You need to make the decision to increase your motivation so that you can have a happier and healthier family life. This is something that will lead you to a better life together. This is something that most everyone wants to have in his or her life. A happy family that interacts together and has a lot of love to spread around is going to be stronger than one that does not. You need to think about what you can do to increase your motivation towards your family. Think about how important they are to you and how you would feel if ever you did not have them. You would feel terrible, and it is something that you would not want to have happen. You need to appreciate what you have so that you can take advantage of it. You need to start to talk more to your family too. This will help you to stay involved in the things that go on in their lives. You will be able to hear about each other's day and all the important and non-important things that have happened to them. 75 You will feel closer to your family because you are talking about things that you have never talked about before. This is a great step in getting motivated towards your family a little more. Spending time together is just about the best way to get more motivation towards your family. You need to just spend some quality time doing something or doing nothing at all. You do not have to have a schedule planned in order to spend some time with your family. All you need to do is be in the same room together. These days it is hard to get everyone all together at the same time. You have to take what you can and then build it up into planning events that you all can do together. Do things that you all can like together. You should not exclude one person out of the fun. You need to all pick something that will bring you closer together and allow you all to have fun at the same time. You can also plan a great family vacation with each other. This is something that you all can do together and have a blast doing it. The first thing that you should do is make sure that everyone can go at the same time and then pick a place that everyone will like. It does not have to be expensive to do this at all. In fact, you can go anywhere as long as you are all together, and this will increase your family motivation. Do not be afraid of your family. They are the most important things in your life, and when they are gone, you will be sorry. You have to plan now for time together so that you are getting all the benefits that you can from a family. There is nothing better than having 76 someone to share the good and the bad times with, and family is defiantly going to be there for you when you are in need. Increasing your motivation towards your family should be something that you want to do and feel good about doing. You will see that you can have a great family life and not have to worry about missing out anymore. You will feel better knowing that you have done all that you can when it comes to being motivated with your family, and in the end they will appreciate it too. 77 How to increase your motivation. Motivation is something that we all have to have. We all need to find the right levels of motivation in our life so that we can do the things that we want and have fun doing them. There is nothing wrong with wanting to have more motivation in your life. You can increase your motivation and live a happier and healthier lifestyle. You will not have to worry about how hard this will be because there are a few things that you can do to make it go a lot faster for you. You need to ask yourself some important questions when you are looking for self-motivation. You need to think about what you should be doing and what you are doing. How are you going to feel if you do not get something accomplished in life? And what you want to keep on doing in your life to stay happy? These are all things that you should ask yourself first, and then this will determine if you need to increase your motivation about a certain thing or not. You have to start making active choices in your life. You need to have a power of mind that will allow you to do the things that you want to and not let anything stand in your way. 78 If you say that you are going to do something, you need to make sure that you follow through. This is the only way that you can get things done in your life that will make you happy in the end. When you feel as if you have something accomplished, you will feel a lot better because you did what you wanted to. Set goals for yourself to increase your motivation. You will want to think about the things that you want to do and then how you can get them done. Make sure that you are setting realistic goals for yourself. Do not make them something that is impossible to do. You want to set long-term and short-term goals so that you can have some time to accomplish as you go. These goals can help you get on the right track so that you stay there with your motivation. Get good role models to follow after. You will find that when you look up to someone that is doing well in his or her self-motivation, this will help you achieve yours. You will find it easier to do the things that you want because you are willing to make them happen. You will have nothing to lose and you will have the inspiration of the role models to follow you. You will feel better and know that you can do it because you have the strength and the power behind you to get it done. Know what you want and do not want in life. There are things that will change as you grow in life. You will not have the same goals and you will want to change the way that you look at certain things. 79 There is nothing wrong with this. The best thing that you can do is staying positive and knows what you want and how to get it. Focus on one thing at a time and then go on from there. When you get one thing accomplished, this will help you to keep your motivation and keep moving on down the line. Be thankful for the things that you have in life. You want to make sure that you do not take things for granted and appreciate the things that you have around you. You want to make sure that you are keeping a positive outlook on things that you already have and the goals that motivate you to keep on going in life. You have so much to be grateful for now and think of what you can do if you keep on going with your motivation. You can have a great life filled with unlimited opportunities if you keep your motivation on the right path. 80 Motivation methods for young girls, methods that inspire. You need to try and motivate your children as much as you can. This is the same for young girls. They all need to be shown the right methods of motivation and how to keep on going through anything. So many young girls lose interest in things because they do not have the right motivation behind them. There are some things that we can do as parents and mentors to help them stay on the right track and finish things that they start. Keeping young girls on the right motivation techniques is very important to do. Do not nag your child. You should try and stop the nagging that you do on a day-to-day basis with your young girl. You should instead try and get them motivated with your words. Nagging can only make them feel bad, like they have done something wrong. You have to get them inspired to do what you want them to do or what they have set as goals for themselves. You will see that you will get more of a good reaction from them when you are motivating them and not constantly nagging and putting pressure on them. 81 Give them a shot to make their own mistakes. You have to sometimes let go and let them do what they feel they have to. Some will succeed and others will fail. It is all about doing what is important and learning the message that you will never know until you try. Trying is the best kind of motivation. When they do make a mistake, let the young girl know that she tried, and that is the most important thing. Let her know that she will have to keep motivated and try again for the things that she really wants to have in life. Give them examples of others that are motivated and all the things that they have accomplished. This is something that should help them achieve their goals and get on the right track. When you have the inspiration around you to do good things, you will have a better shot at them because you have the power and the strength all around you. Getting motivated is something that you can do anytime you feel that you need a little bit of help getting something done. You will only learn good things from the examples that are thrown your way. Teach young girls self-worth. This is something that we must do to get them motivated in life. We have to let them know that they are valued and they have important things to do. Getting them to understand that they have a lot of self-worth is going to make it easier for them to achieve goals that are important to them and allow them the chance to win or lose. They have to have the motivation to want to try, and by teaching them that they are worth so much, they will not be afraid to try. 82 Teaching young girls to be motivated now is going to help them as they grow and get older. They will have the right self-confidence that they need to do and try what they want. They will have the strength to believe in the things that they want to and to feel good about any decision that they may have later on in the future. Getting them ready at a young age for independence is important, and motivation goes right along with that. You have to make them aware of the choices that they will have and that every girl and woman has the right to make her own mind up. This is a power that they will take with them for a lifetime. 83 Motivation methods for young boys. Methods that inspire your children are your greatest goal in life. You have to make sure that you are doing your job as a parent when it comes to motivating them into the people that they are and doing what they want to do in life. You have to try and teach them motivation skills when they are young boys so that they can keep on the right track in life. You need to show them that they can be inspired in life and that there are things to be excited about. You have to teach young boys that they are important in life. You can give them the tools that they will need to do the things that they want to. You can show them that they do not have to be afraid to try new and interesting things. Give them the resources that they need to research the goals in life that they want to have. When they learn about things, they will be increasing their motivation towards them. Allow them the change to grow and get these opportunities. Be patient with your young boy. You have to be able to give them time to work on their motivation. This is not something that is going to come to them overnight. You may have to persuade them to get on track. 84 This is nothing unusual. You have to have the patience to allow them the chance to succeed and to fail. You do not have to push them all at once to be motivated. It will come in time and you will see it when the time is right. Showing young boys that it is important to have goals at a young age will give them the chance to want to succeed at them. This in return will allow them to want to have more goals as they go. Getting to the point where they will have the chance to go out and do the things that are important to them is what you want. You want them to not be afraid to have dreams and to go after them. Give them the push that they need to want to motivate them. Let them have role models. Give them the chance to look up to someone that is positive. Allow them to have the freedom to have someone that they want to be like. This will give them some motivation towards life and all the possibilities that are out there. They will get excited to be able to be like someone that they look up to. This will show them that when you have dreams, they can come true when you work hard enough. Let them have activities that they want to do. This will keep them interested in something that can help them in the long run. You want them to try new things and find the ones that they are good at. When a young boy is good at something, they will feel good about who they are and what they have achieved through it. 85 Be positive with the young boys in your life and show them that anything is possible. Having the right state of mind is important. Also teach them to stay away from the negative things in life that can take them down the wrong road. You want them to be conscious of the bad things so that they are not persuaded by others to try them. This is going to be something that will help them to achieve only good things, and it is going to keep them motivated to keep on pursuing their own goals. 86 Motivation methods for new parents. Methods to motivate being a new parent is something that can be scary at first. You may not know what you should be doing and how you can be the best parent possible. The only way that you can learn is by doing what you think is right and then learning from your mistakes. You have to be motivated to keep on trying and to do the best that you can. Finding new ways to motivate you to be a better parent is not always easy. You have to stay with it and you will see that the rewards will come. We all want to be a good parent. The only way to do this is to learn on our own. We will make good and bad choices, however, being a parent is something that does not come with an instruction manual, and therefore we have to make it up as we go. Being motivated to be the best is one way to be a good parent and to teach our children that they are the most important motivation in our life. You are in charge of a new life when you are a new parent. You are the one that is going to be responsible for this human being. You need to do what you can to make them become the best that they can be. 87 You have to work hard every day when you are a parent. You will need to be ready for this new challenge in your life. Getting motivated is the best way to do this. You want to be ready for anything, and you will be when you are prepared. Getting prepared is something that you should think about. How can you get prepared to be a new parent? Sometimes there are no answers, you will just have to follow what is in your heart, and what you think is the best way. Think of this new child that has entered your life. You want to do the best that you can for them, and this will include your own personal goals. You want to motivate yourself to do better in the career that you have and all the goals that you have set for yourself in this way. You want to create the best life for your child, and this will include not only emotionally but also physically too. Take advice of others that are around you. You can learn a lot from your friends that are already parents. You can get motivated from their energy and take different lessons from them. You do not have to necessarily follow their parenting skills, but you can take each learning experience and use that in your own parenting method. There is no right or wrong when you are a parent. All you have to do is follow your motivation and see where it leads you. Get excited about being a parent and use your feelings to make this work for you. 88. Think about what you needed as you were growing up. Did you have the perfect childhood, or were there things that you would change? You can learn from your past and use these things to help you be more motivated to be the parent that you want to be. Take the time to think about what would have helped you more when you were a child and use these examples when you become a parent. Remember that you do not have to be perfect, and in fact you will make mistakes. However, all good parents learn from their mistakes and move on to the next adventure in parenting that is waiting for them. 89. Motivation methods for new moms. To get you moving, being a new mom is a very exciting and scary experience for some. It is something that you have to learn about as you go. There is no way of knowing what is going to happen in the future, and you have to be prepared for anything that comes your way. Being a good mom means that you have to have the right motivation to learn and try new things. You can do this with the right techniques, and in the end, you will be a motivated mom that is willing to do anything for the new little one in her life. New moms can find great strength in the fact that they are now in charge of human life. Getting inspired from this is the best goal that a mother can have. It is so important to want to be the best that you can be, and with this will come many things. You will have to be willing to succeed and fail at the same time. There is nothing wrong with making mistakes when you are a new mom. However, you have to want to learn from them and then move on. Learn from others. You can learn a lot from other mothers that have been through all that you have. There is nothing wrong with taking advice from these moms. 90. You can choose to do what they tell you, or you can make it up as you go. You do not have to follow their techniques to the T. You can compromise a little and add your own special creativeness to your parenting skills. You can get motivated through this method and use it as a learning experience to be a great mom. Having goals for the future is important too. You may have things that you want to accomplish with your child as you go. Make both short-term and long-term goals. However, you do not want to get upset if these goals do not work out as you planned. You have to allow yourself room to make mistakes and for things to be set back in time a little. Some things do not work out as we plan all the time. The same goes for being a new mom. Things will come up all the time, and these are going to be part of life. All you can do is stay motivated to be on the right track, and you will see that things will work out for you in the end. Do not get too worked up over things when you are a new mom. You have to realize that things are going to happen and you do not always have the answers. When this happens, you can find a way to make things better. All you have to do is believe in your power as a mom, and you will find the strength to make everything work out. You may not have the right answer all the time, but you need to allow yourself the opportunity to be wrong and to learn from it. 91. Having fun is something that is important when you are a new mom. Having fun will motivate the laughter in your life. You want to keep on the positive track so that you are not allowing yourself to feel bad. You want to have fun with your family and appreciate the good times that you are able to have with them. Not everything will be fun all the time, but you need to know that you can have fun and let go when you need to. This will help to keep you motivated in the right direction for being a mom and seeing what the future may bring to you. 92. Use motivation to become active and exercise. How to lose weight. Losing weight is something that you have to work at. You need to make sure that you are doing what you can to make this goal come true for yourself. You have to be motivated to lose weight. When you are determined to change the way you look, you will feel better because you are doing something that is good for your health and for the way that you feel about yourself. Getting motivated to lose weight is something that you can do with a few simple tips. You want to make sure that you are ready to take charge of your life and do what you have to lose a certain amount of weight. You need to think about what you have to do to make this goal come true. You may have to figure out a way to cut back on certain foods or to figure out an effective exercise plan. These are just a few things that can help you lose weight and feel great. Motivation can be a great force in your battle to lose weight. You need to get excited about losing weight and getting your body in shape. There are many people that are not sure how to get motivated in order to do this. 93. You need to think about the type of life that you want to have. Does this life include losing weight and feeling great about how you look in your clothes? If so, you should think about what you need to do to lose weight and get your life on the right path. Getting motivated about something is a great way to make that goal happen for you. Doing exercise is not always something that we want to do. In fact, a lot of people put off doing exercise because they think that it is too hard. However, exercise is a great way to make your goal of losing weight happens a lot faster. You can get the job done because you are able to exercise according to your plan and lose weight that is weighing you down. Think of the after effects of what you will have when you are motivating your body to get busy and lose weight. You will be taking on a challenge that you have always wanted to. This is a challenge that you can have the victory of winning the battle of losing weight, whether it is a few pounds or a lot of weight. Find a routine that will work better for you and stick to it. You need to think about the best time you can exercise and what you want to do. You need to think about the areas that you need work on and then use that to make up your exercise plan. Getting motivated to lose weight is something that you can do with just a little bit of ambition. You do not need to put a lot of work into this because all you really need is the mindset to get you where you want to be with your weight and with your health. 94 You do not have to worry about losing weight when you have the motivation that is needed to get there. You can make a difference in the way that your body looks and the way that you feel when you decide to set a goal for yourself. You will be a happier person and you will see the way that a little bit of motivation can change your life for the better. It will take a little bit of time, but getting motivated for one thing can lead into many other great goals that you set for yourself. Little by little you will see that having goals and motivation is a good idea for success of any kind. 95 How to use motivation tapes. There are many things out there to help you find your way to motivation. You can use motivation tapes to get you on the right track. Using these tapes is a great way to help you find the success in life that you are looking for. The first thing that you need to do is figure out what you are looking for and then get the right type of tapes to help you with your goal. Using the motivation tapes is something that you will only benefit from. You will be able to find motivation tapes for just about any idea that you can think of. No matter what you are looking to improve in your life, you can find the perfect tapes to help you. There are audio tapes and there are video tapes to get you on the right track for success in the goals that you want. Take a look at what there is out there for you to choose from and then make your decision based on the selection. You need to use the tapes as they are directed. You may need to listen or watch the tapes a few times a week to get the full effect of what their purpose is. You have to follow the directions so that you can learn as much as you can to get your motivation started. 96 With the right use, you will see that these motivation tapes can help you get to where you need to be in life and with all the goals that you want to achieve. Many motivation tapes are there to help you gain control over your life. You can use these as a guide to get you on the right track. You need to make sure that you are able to make these tapes work for you so that you can turn your life into what you want it to be. Getting motivated can help you with many things that you may be going through. You can use these tapes to help you achieve certain goals and to also put your life back together after you have had a bad experience. You can benefit from these tapes to help you through problems that you may have had with just about anything that you can think of. There are motivation tapes that will help you with your weight or help you find success in life. Some of the motivation tapes are also there to help you make more money and to get your life back to where you want it to be. You can learn a lot from the different material that is found on the motivation tapes. You can listen to them in your spare time or make this a daily routine to help you get through bad times. You do not have to go about something on your own. You can make a change in your life with a little help from some motivation tapes that are on the market. You need to take advantage of the ones that will affect your life and the situations that you are in. 97 There are many people that are not sure if these motivation tapes work or not. The only way to really know is if you try them for yourself. You may end up one of the many that have a good experience with these tapes and change their life forever for the good. The only way to tell is to try it. Once you see what you can do with the motivation that you learn, you will feel great about who you are and what you succeed in for life. 98 All about motivation in the home. Keeping your home running smoothly is a great idea. You want to make things work as much as you can with everyone in the home. You need to think of ways that you can get everything in the working order that you need it to be. You may have to work a little harder at it, but with the right motivation skills, you can keep your home running great and keep everyone motivated to keep it that way. Motivation in the home is something that can keep everyone on a schedule. You can make sure that everything gets done when it is supposed to and that everyone is doing his or her part to make it work. You need to do things that will allow everyone in the household to keep on the right track and to get things done the way that they need to be so that all the housework and priorities are getting done when they are supposed to. You do not have to be someone that is excited about keeping the household running well. All you have to have is a little bit of the right motivation to keep it going. You can learn how to do this from things like motivation tapes or from someone who has been there and knows what needs to done to make this happen for you. 99. Keeping everyone in a good mood in the home is a big help. You need to find out what makes everyone stay happy and try to keep them in this mood. You will see when they are happy, they will do more for you around the house and keep things in the right working order. Get your children motivated to help you around the house. You can also use the same type of motivation to keep you closer together as well. This is the best thing about motivation. You can use it for anything that you want to and you will usually see a positive effect happen. There is nothing better than seeing something work for the better around you. You should teach your children that they do not have to feel bad about what they do in life. Get them motivated to do well and use these feelings to get more of what they want in life. Using your motivation skills is something that you can do to make your home a happy place. Use what you know to make your home a welcome place for others. You will see that when people feel welcome in your home, they will be happier and want to come see you more. You can also use these skills get your family to help you with things that you may not be able to do on your own. You can use your motivation around the house to get others to help you with the things that you need them to. You will see that when everyone works together, things will get done faster and easier with less work. 100. You do not have to always make the people in your home happy. You do, however, have to keep goals on track and to use what you have learned with motivation to get what you need done. You will have a happier and more organized home when you are taking motivation and using it for positive things to happen in your home and around you. This is a goal that you can put out there for your whole family to take part in and you will defiantly enjoy the end results that you have. 101. Motivation and your career. Career motivation is a great thing to have, and if you do not have it, you should work on getting it. You need motivation to get what you want in life and to have the best career that you can have. If you think that you are lacking in motivation, you need to work on it. There are a few tips that will help you get to where you need to be in your career motivation skills. There are a few simple things that you can do to make it a little easier to get where you want to be in life. Think about a few different things. Are you happy with your career? Are you looking forward to going to work every day, or do you wish that you could just stay home all day? These are things that can help you decide if you are on the right track for career motivation or not. When you are serious about getting on track with your career, you will have a better shot at being happy with what you do and how you earn a paycheck. If you have low career motivation, you should think about why you are not more excited about going to work. You should think about these things seriously so that you can fix anything that is not working out right. 102. Did you have a bad experience at work to make you not like your career path anymore? If so, maybe you can find a way to fix a problem so that you can get your motivation back. If not, you may have to think about a career change so that you can be happy again in what you do every day. You need to work on your career motivation because this has a big impact on the rest of how your life goes. Your attitude in life is going to depend on how happy you are with everything that you do, and this will include your career. You need to be serious about what you do and how you handle your career. Having a positive attitude is very important. You have to make sure that you are doing what you have to so that you can keep going on the right track and be happy with what you have succeeded with in life. Think about your reflection on life and how you feel about your career. Are you happy with everything that you are doing? Does your career make you unhappy in the other things that you do in life? If so, you have to think about what you can do to change it and move past the hard times and get to the good things that make you happy with what you do. Using your skills to make your career motivation better is going to get you further in the job and make you more successful as you go. You should never do anything that makes you unhappy. If you are working at doing something because you only need a paycheck, you have to think about long-term goals. 103 Think about the long-term things that you want to do and go after your dreams. If you have goals set for yourself later on down the road, you will see that you can work hard to get the job done. You can use your career motivation for getting to where you want to be in life and in the career that you want to achieve. You can have the career that you have always wanted even if you think that it is impossible right now. There is always time to make it happen, and all you have to have is career motivation and determination. 104 How to use motivation DVDs. One way to get where you want to be in life is to have motivation. This is something that can help you do just about anything that you want to in life. You do not have to have your own motivation to get things done. You can learn how to get motivation by the tapes and DVDs that are out on the market for you to try today. You can get a lot of help from these tapes. You will learn how to be motivated to do a certain thing or how to feel better about whom you are and what you want to be. Using the motivation DVDs is going to be something that you can learn from and lean on when you are in need. You can figure out how to fix things in your life that may not be working out the way that you want them to. You can get a lot of important help that will get you through certain problems and help you achieve the goals that you have always wanted to, even if you think that you cannot do it on your own. These motivations DVDs are going to be a great tool in how you take control of your life. If you are having a problem with anything in your life, you should try to find a motivation DVD that will help you get to where you want to be. 105 You can take what you learn from the motivation tapes and DVDs and apply them in certain instances in your life. You will feel better knowing that you have the power to get things done and to have all that you need in when it comes to help and motivation. Taking a good lesson from the motivation DVDs will get you prepared for just about anything that you can think of in life. Watch your motivation DVDs when you think that you need a pick-me-up. You can watch them on a regular basis or just when you think that you are in need of some motivation. There are different types of these motivation tapes that will help you with just about any motivation problem that you may have. You can make a difference in your own life when you are willing to use what you can from each of these different DVDs. You do not have to be ashamed about using them to help you with your outlook in life. There are plenty of people that are trying to make their life better with the help of their motivation tapes and DVDs. You do not have to wait until you are down to watch the motivation DVDs. You can use them anytime. Keeping on track with your positive life is something that you will have to work on. You need to keep up with all different types of motivation. Having this is something that will help you anytime you need it. You do not have to wait until you are having a bad day to watch your motivation DVDs. You can use them even when things are going your way and you are on top of the world. They are there for a little extra support to help you move on. 106 Using the advice that is on the motivation DVDs will get you through a lot questions that you may have. You can use them to help you find a certain answer that you need. There is nothing wrong with using what you can and taking the positive from the motivation DVDs. Sometimes you can learn a lot and find the peace of mind that you are looking for from them. 107 Motivation and success methods. Having motivation and success are two things that go together. You have to have one to have the other. The key to having good success is how much motivation you put behind it. You need to have your own ideas and goals and then find a way to follow through with them. You need to get a plan and then put it into action to make it work. There are different factors in determining how much success you have in life and what you do to get motivated. Getting a reason to follow through with your motivation and your goals is important. You need to think about what you want and need in life. Having an inside goal is something that you can have for your own personal well-being. Think about the things that you want in life and how you intend on getting them to happen for you. You need to have self-improvement and goals for yourself to make your life mean something. Putting your motivation skills to work in this area will be a huge benefit to you. You can also use the outside influences that are around you to help get you motivated. You can use your friends and family as motivation to keep you going and to help you get to where you want to be in life. 108 You can learn a lot from what others have been through, and their stories can get you to keep your motivation going and to help you find positive things to help you throughout life. You have to have goals set for yourself in life. You need to have this so that you can have a purpose in life. When you have a clear picture of what you want from life, you will have a better idea of how to get there. Without goals, you will have nothing to motivate you to get what you want from life. You should set long-term goals as well as short-term goals to help you get where you need to be for happiness in life. Figure out why you want to have these certain goals in your life. Think about why your goals are important and what you want to achieve with them. You may have to keep on reminding yourself that you are in need of having this goal for yourself. As long as you are determined to make things happen for you, there is hope. This is a form of motivation, and with some work and some determination, you can make your goals come true, and this will help you succeed in life. Using all three of the above will give you the motivation to move on and to get where you want and need to be in life. You will feel good about what you have achieved and learn to use these skills for the other obstacles and goals that you have set aside for you in life. You will feel good each time you make one of your goals become a reality because you have used your motivation methods for success in the right way. 109 Give yourself discipline. You have to make yourself work hard for things that you really want in life. There is nothing in life that is really worth anything if you do not work for it. Getting a free ride will not teach you anything about motivation and where you need to be with your own personal goals and happiness in life. Follow through with the motivation methods that you have learned and you will get to where you want to be and feel good about what you have achieved along the way. 110 Athletic motivation and college. When you are serious about getting to where you want to be in life, you have to find a way to follow through with it. Using motivation for this is a good idea. You can use motivation to help you though just about anything in life that you may need. Having a dream to go to college is important. No matter what it takes, you have to make this dream come true for your own personal success. If you are an athlete and you need to work toward a goal to make college happen for you, put all you can into your motivation and determination to make it happen. When you are an athlete in school and you want to take it as far as you can, you need to put as much determination and motivation into it as you can. You will have to work hard so that you can make it to where you want to in life. Using all of the things that you have learned will get you to where you want and help you find the right direction that you need in life. Athletic motivation and college are two things that go hand in hand. When you are an athlete and you want to go to college, you need to work hard every day. You have to make your own goals and work until you have gotten to where you need to be. 111 Get and use the advice that your teammates and advisors give you. When you are serious and dedicated to being the best, you will see your goals come true with a lot of motivation and work on your part. There are times when you will fail, but these times should be used to make you stronger and to get back up and try again. You do not have to be beaten by the agony of defeat. You can move past it and do better as long as you put your mind to it. Your athletic motivation and the thought of college are two things that will help you get to where you need to be. You have to be the best when you are an athlete and want to make it to college. You need to prove all of your expectations to the limits. When you are sure that you have it in you to make your goals of college a reality, you will see that using motivation for this reason is a good way to start. You can make your dreams of getting the gold happen, and all you have to do is realize that your motivation to be the best is going to get you where you need to be. You can appreciate all the things that you have learned on the way and use them to make you athletic goals of going to the college that you want happen for you. Hard work is a part of motivation. You need to work at what you want until you have reached the goals that you are working for. You need to use what you have learned in life for your personal goals and to have the success that you need to make it to where you need to go. College is something that every young person should be working toward. 112 When you are good at something like a sport, you can apply your abilities and use them to get you one step closer to the college that you want to attend. Take part in the motivation that you have now and use it to keep traveling towards all your goals and dreams of college and so much more beyond that. 113 Motivation needs for good grades. Having motivation when you are a student is something that you may have to work on. It is not always easy to get good grades that you want and need. You may have to work a little harder than most to get to where you want academically. There is nothing wrong with having to work harder for it. In fact, this will help you with more things down the road. You will see that with the right motivation, you can get where you want to be in life. Your motivation is a state of mind that you are in. You have to get yourself in the right mood for motivation. Think of how you are going to feel once you have achieved your goal of getting the good grades that you want and need to be the best that you can. This is a feeling that will make the work worthwhile. You will see that the rewards that you get from getting good grades will make all of your hard work and motivation pay off in the end. You should do what you can to make it happen for you. Do not be afraid to set goals for yourself. You have to be willing to make things go your way in order to be the best. If it means that you have to sacrifice a few things, then that is what you have to do to make it work for you. 114 This will be something that can be done for not only good grades but for other important goals that you may have set for yourself later on down the road. You can have small goals and then work your way up later on. The next step in getting motivated to get good grades is to stay that way. You have to want to have it all in order to make it last. You need to work past the difficult times so that you can keep your goals within reach. You need to take care of yourself in a few different ways so that you can keep your motivation up. If you are feeling yourself slack in these areas, you may have to work a little bit more to get yourself going again. You need to eat a good breakfast so that you can maintain your energy for school. This is something that you have to do every day even if you are not hungry. You will use this as something to keep you going throughout the day. You should also make sure that you are getting the proper amount of exercise to keep yourself strong and healthy. Sleep is another important thing that you must have in order to keep your good grades coming. You need to get as much sleep as your body needs so that you can motivate your body and mind to get good grades. Do not forget to reward yourself for the good grades that you get. You need to take pride in your work and know that you have worked hard for what you have. When you are willing to recognize when you have done a job well done, you will feel good about yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back and do not be afraid to let others know about your success. Others 115 will recognize what you have done as well and you will be rewarded with their praise too. You should let these good feelings in and remember them for your future motivation in getting good grades and for other goals as well. 116 Motivation needs for successful relationships. Having a successful relationship is important to most of us. It is something that will make us feel better about who we are and what we have. Getting a successful relationship is something that we have to work hard at. There has to be a level of motivation to get there. It may take a lot of hard work, but in the end the success and love that we find is well worth the work. Getting the right methods of motivation is what will take the most work from us. Motivation needs can be different for everyone. You should think about your situation and what you want to gain from it. You need to put your needs ahead of anyone else. You have to do what is necessary to be happy and to get what you want from life. If you are not providing yourself with the right motivation, you may not have the successful relationship that you have always dreamed of having. It is a long process that can take some time, but in the end you will be a happier person. You should use each day as a good method of motivation for the successful relationship that you want to achieve. You have to put your needs first when it comes to having a successful relationship that makes you happy. 117 Your hard work towards the meaningful life that you want is going to make you feel like you are doing what you should be. You will feel more powerful in getting what you want when you use your methods of motivation in all of your relationships. You can apply what you have learned for love and for friendships as well. You first need to think about what you want out of your life. Think about the type of relationship you want to have. What do you have to do to get this? Is there something about yourself that you do not like? Do you wish that you could change the way that you feel about something or someone? If these are questions that you want to work on, You should reevaluate your life and what motivates you to have the type of relationship you have now. It may be time for a change and you have to take charge of this to ensure a happier life. You should try to go after the things that you want in life. Think about what would make you happy and then think of ways to get it. You may have to work harder and give up a few things, but you will see that your motivation will pay off in the end and you will be closer to getting the relationship that you want. Do not give up on the love that you want to have. You have to know that you will find success in love as long as you have your positive outlook and motivation in the right place. 118 Taking charge of your love life is something that will make you feel good about the success in your relationship. You will feel good because you are doing what you need to in order to find love and to keep it. Motivation is something that will help you through a difficult time as well. If you are not sure what you have to do to get the right method of motivation, you can use motivation tapes and books to get you on the right path that you are looking for. Take what you learn and apply it to your life. This is something that will get you where you want to be and help you find a true success in love. 119 Motivation for career. When it comes to finding motivation, many people will say that it is in hopes of helping them with their life's direction. Direction isn't always found with a career, but many people can feel very satisfied with a good career. With this motivation, it tends to be hard to overcome procrastination. When students are leaving home for college, it is very scary for both the student and the parent. There are a lot of changes that you have to go through to get to college. You have to be able to find motivation to make it in college. You have to find something that gives you an added interest for you to find out what type of career that you would like. To find your motivation or inspiration, you are going to have to do a lot of searching within the curriculums and within yourself. It's okay for a college student to change their major 2 or 3 times before they settle down. In fact, many students find a better satisfying career because of these changes. If you are beyond college, you still may need some motivation. Responsibilities will naturally motivate many people, but that is not always the case. You may not be tied to a family, to a home, or even to a car payment. However, if you start by being a good and reliable worker, you will soon find the motivation that you need to carry on. 120 You may find out that a promotion is due or that you may get a bonus for your troubles. Rewards can highly move someone to produce more effort into their career, but you should not have that as the only reason. You may want to look for a job or company that you would like to commit to. This is the type of company that you can see yourself working for through the next couple of years and even past a decade. This is a company or job that provides you with a glass elevator, notations of promotions and better positions, to the top. If you are able to look at the company as a career option, you will find motivation from within yourself to stay with the company and work hard towards a better and more important future with the company. Also, you may be the type of person not sure what they would like to do. Today, a lot of women and men are going back to the classroom for the education that they wish they could or should have pursued. If you are looking for motivation to either stay with your current career or to go back for a new one, you will have to think about yourself for a moment. Is this something that you really want in your heart? Do you have the means to switch or pursue a new career? As long as this is something that is truly in your heart and that you would like to do, then you should not worry about motivation, because you already have it. You have the motivation and you have the means to pursue, and you shouldn't allow others to hold you back. When you have found something that you would like to pursue in your career, you should stick with it. Don't allow others to take away your 121 motivation because it is hard to find it. It is hard to find something that you truly are passionate about, and that's what you need to have a meaningful career. It is the motivation that makes you reach out for new experiences and career success. 122 Motivation for yourself. Keep going. Have you ever had something that you started, but never finished? We all do, but there are a few tips that can get you the motivation that you need to carry on. You have to really want something, and if you do, then you should never give up, even if you hit a dead end. When you really want something, you should never give up or quit, because if you do, then you'll never know what it feels like to be successful. The first tip that you need to find that motivation for yourself to keep it up is to drown out all the negativity that people are going to throw at you. For every negative comment that you hear about your goal, you need to tell yourself a positive notion. For example, if you haven't lost a couple pounds like you wish you would have, you need to look at yourself and turn it into the positive. Instead of beating yourself down for not losing the weight, give yourself a pat on the back for not gaining anything either. You have just then took a negative and then turned it into a positive thing. You need to do that when others try to bring you down. Remember, if someone is telling you that you are dreamful and not being realistic, you need to tell yourself that they are just trying to bring you down to where they are, down and hopeless. 123. The second tip is that you need to make a map of your path to success. You need to mark the path with milestones. Every time that you surpass one of these milestones, you need to reward yourself of some sort. This is especially important if you are trying to lose weight. It is important because you need to give yourself some support instead of always seeming like you're beat. When you mark the path, you will also find comfort in reflection. You will be comforted because you can see your progress. Even if you can't see the real process, you can see how far you have come on the map and just how close you really are to your own goals. The third tip on how to keep yourself on track is a method of getting yourself back on track. You are going to mess up every now and then, especially if it is dieting, but if you make a plan on how to sort of give yourself repercussions, then you will be less likely to get off track. Like if you have to put money in a jar for every time that you have a negative thought, then you are going to start to think a little bit more positive and you will find that your motivation will restore your energy. Another thing that you may want to do is to get a friend. Get a friend who supports you, and when you are feeling a little negative about yourself or goal, you can talk to them and find comfort and support. When it comes to motivation, you are going to need the extra comfort and support so that you can keep your morale up and also your motivation. 124. These are all very good ideas, and if you still find yourself having some trouble maintaining the motivation to achieve a goal, you may want to re-evaluate the goal. Is this something that you really want? Is this something that someone else wants? Why are you carrying on? These are the questions that are going to need to be answered if you ever want to maintain the focus. 125. For love, what to do to keep going for going. Love and relationships tend to take a lot out of a person. It tends to also look momentum, and if it is something that you want, then you need to be able to keep the motivation going. When it comes to couples in love, there are always going to be points where you wonder where the relationship is going and if it should continue. The best way to keep the momentum going is through good communications. The moment that you are feeling even a little bit off about the relationship, you need to lean on your partner for support so that you can keep the love alive and well. With the open communication, motivation will come because you are able to talk about your differences and your needs. Remember, your needs are always changing, and that is why couples need to always be talking. Then there are those singles who are trying to find love and are getting worried about the progress. The key to remember is that you aren't going to find your soulmate in a matter of a day or two. You are going to have to kiss many frogs and go on a lot of boring dates. There is no way around it. The reason why you know you meet your soulmate when you first see them is because you have seen it all, but someone likes them. 126. They are able to stand out of a crowd because they truly able to hold their own light. However, there are people who have been looking for love for years. How can you keep the motivation going after dating so many wrongs? The reason why you are losing the motivation is that you are putting too much pressure on yourself. You are making yourself want it so much that things are getting hopeless. First, you need to look at yourself. Why do you feel the need for such a love right now? There is something motivating you to date, but what is it? Some people want to get married, some people need to seek comfort and security, some people just want a family, but what is it that you want? Motivation can be a good thing, however, it depends on what is driving you to seek a relationship out. To keep the motivation going strong, you need to calm down about the dating scene. The thing is that as long as you are having fun, then you shouldn't worry about your progress. Things happen when they are to, and if you give things a shot, you will find that everything will end up the way that you want them to. You will find everything that you are looking for. For those singles who seem to be getting blue and desperate, don't despair. When you feel yourself losing the motivation to continue dating, you may want to take a step back from the dating scene and just go out for some drinks and fun. 127 If you don't go out every night hoping to find your one true love, then you will not only find the motivation needed to continue, but you'll find the one that you are looking for. As for those who are in a relationship, you will want to seek your motivation within the relationship. Talk things out and never go to bed mad. These are just some of the tips that you will want to keep in mind to keep your relationship going. Communication is everything, and it means everything to your motivation and feelings for each other. You will never lose that feeling if you keep the lines of communication open. 128 Losing weight is hard, but it's harder trying to keep on track. The whole reason why people get off track is that they allow themselves to give in to temptations to let themselves down. It always starts with, well, I'll have only one bit, and then it ends up to be, I can't believe I've gained weight. It always starts with something small and then it can turn into something so much more. When it comes to losing weight, you need to find out ways that you can keep yourself motivated. The first thing that you need to do is motivate yourself to lose the weight. You don't want to feel bad about the weight, but you want to come up with reasons why you think you need to lose the weight. Once you have made a list, you will want to put it on the fridge or somewhere safe so that you can come back to the list periodically. You will want to refer back to the list if you have new reasons or if you need to knock a reason off the list. However, the point of the list is to keep the motivation. When you feel the need to eat a donut or have some added calories, you may want to come back to the note and take a good, long look at the note. It will keep you on the right path so that you can stick with the diet and the exercise plan. 129 Not knowing what is worse, the dieting or exercising. You may want to think about getting the added support to keep your motivation going so that you can achieve all of your goals. Basically, if you find it harder to get right, you may want to get a support buddy to help you with the dieting. However, if it is the exercising that you need an added push for, you may want to think about asking someone to go to the gym with you or to help you stay on track through various activities. With a buddy, you are going to be more likely to stick with it. You are also going to be more likely to push yourself. However, don't allow the person's results discourage you. Everyone loses weight at a different weight, and when they have hit a plateau, you will still be losing the weight. The second tip is to mark down exactly the process that you hope to have throughout the diet. Take it just a month at a time and mark down just how much weight you would like to lose a week. It is recommended that you place a high number for the first week, 3 or 4 pounds, but then for the remainder of the weeks you will want to have your goal as 1 or 2 pounds. Remember, it may not have taken you that long to gain the weight, but it does take months and even years to lose it. When it comes to losing weight, it is something that is going to be life-changing. If you do not set yourself with high goals, then you won't lose motivation quickly. The third tip is reflection. To keep your motivation going, you have to think about how far you have come and how close you are to your goal. 130 You will notice a lot of encouragement and motivation through the map, but you will also find motivation in knowing that you can do it. You will start seeing results and you will find it easier for you to eat healthy or to continue the workouts. However, the moment that you lose or gain weight, you may end up a little discouraged. At some point, everyone will begin to gain weight. You gain the weight because muscle is heavier than fat is. You have to seek motivation through that knowledge, and you may need to pamper yourself. Go to the spa or seek some other type of treatment and you will soon find the courage to continue. 131 Making friends is hard. It can seem like some people have it so easy, but they don't. Everyone has a hard time making friends because you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to set out of your character and seek the comfort and company of other people. You are going to have to realize that you will be putting yourself out there, and if you can allow yourself to find the courage to let go, then you should be able to make plenty of friends within no time. When it comes to making friends, it tends to get harder as we grow up. For children, they find the motivation to seek the company of others so that they can fit in. Everyone has a need to fit in and feel like they belong, and that is what drives a lot of people to make friends. Then as well grow up, we tend to have other factors of motivation that will make the friends process more important. However, we never lose the need to belong. If you are trying to encourage your child to make new friends, you may want to give them some motivation. With those who are shy children, you may not to think about setting up some play dates or inviting some of the neighborhood children over. You may also want to place the child in a daycare or other social setting for a few hours of a day so that they are able to interact with other children. 132 You will find that if you push your children to be social in the beginning, then they will grow up to become very social beings. Now when it comes to teens, it is sometimes not best to try to put forth that much effort. They will begin to make friends naturally through their social settings and classes. However, you should not worry about the amount of people they talk or associate with. For anyone who is worried about the number of friends, you have to worry about quality instead. As long as you can make one solid friend before the end of high school, you should consider yourself to be lucky. After high school, most friends don't even write or call, so if you can keep just one, you are very fortunate. As an adult, however, things can be tough, especially if you are new to the area. If you have just relocated or you are just looking for some new friends, you may want to turn to the greatest motivation that you can ever hope to have, the internet. The internet has a lot of possibility because you can find plenty of interesting people without that awkwardness. Once you have found someone to talk to and whom you would like to get to know and be friends, you can plan a public meeting and then build on that. You can go out to dinner or to a club. You can do anything that you two have in common, as long as the first couple of times, it's public. Then after making a friend, you may want to ask them to introduce you to some more people who you can get to know, and soon you will find plenty of motivation and you'll be comfortable seeking out the friendship of others. 133 Remember, it's hard to make friends, but if you take the time to reach out to others, you will be able to find the confidence that you need to continue your bonding, and soon you will have plenty of new friends. It's hard to adjust to new friends, but as long as they are the type of people who will appreciate you without judgment, you will be fortunate to have a real, true friend. 134 Getting organized. Getting organized is difficult and takes a lot of work. However, if you can find the motivation to do so, you will find that the work really isn't that hard. When it comes to getting organized, the first thing that you will think of is "oh my," and that is okay. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, but you have to think about why it is that you want to get organized. Here are some reasons that you might want to use to motivate yourself to get organized. The first reason is because it will feel good. Did you know that when you are able to declutter and clean, your spirits will actually lift? You will have more room in your home and things will look better. Not only will the place look better, but you will feel better about your space. You will feel free to entertain and show off the clean new room. You may also want to think about the feelings that the room gives you when it's cluttered. Do you feel like everything is lost and hopeless? Maybe it's time that you find motivation purely for the sake of being happier and more comfortable in your home. The second reason why you should think about getting organized is the fact that you will know where exactly everything is. You will like the idea of getting organized because you won't have to waste any more time on looking for things or throw things all over the floor just to find one thing. You will find motivation in getting organized because it will 135 save you the time and hassle of digging. You will notice that a weight will be lifted just because you are able to locate anything at a spot. You should also think about the motivation that you will get knowing that you are doing good for your space. Cleaning is a great way to get in some exercise, and you never know just what you may find when you learn how to get organized. You also should know that it is easier to get organized than it is to spend an hour at the gym. However, the moving that you will do will give you a great workout. Finally, you should get organized for the sake of your own self. It is something that you can do to be proud of. It is something that you can do one step at a time, and soon you will notice that there will be less things in your life that is cluttered. This is a good thing because it will raise your self-esteem, and the energy in your room or office will get you in a good, healthy place. You will notice that soon you'll be able to focus on the real tasks at hand instead of wanting to clean. If you get organized now, you can spend your time later focusing on the things that matter to you. You can focus on your family, your friends, and your career. Getting organized is not something that you can do overnight, however, it is something that you can do to make yourself feel better. Cleaning is a way that you can relieve all your stress and work off some real calories. It is a way to not only declutter your space, but your life as well. Getting organized is a great way to make yourself feel better, and it make things 136 seem more positive. It is a great way of beginning an improvement on your life. It can be the beginning of a new era of yourself. If you are thinking about improving yourself, you will want to bring with your home or office. 137 For students, there are plenty of things that you are going to need motivation for. You are going to need to find motivation to choose a life path, and you are going to need the motivation to find a good support system to help you get through the rough times at school and social settings. As high school students, you will notice that there is a false sense of comfort. It has called your parents. Eventually you won't have them to tell you what to do, and although it sounds like a good thing, it can actually be very scary. This is where you will need the motivation and courage to stay with what path you have chosen and to help you surpass everyone's expectations. To begin your college experience, you will need to find a good support system in your family. Make sure that you are able to reach or talk to your close family members when you need them. Also, make sure that you have a place to come home when school becomes too much, and it will become hard the first 2 semesters as well as every now and then. College places a lot of pressure on kids, and most of them are not prepared emotionally for the transition. As soon as you start your college experience, you will notice that there are 1 or 2 people in your classes that are in more than one of them. 138 You will want to introduce yourself to them and do some small talk. Making friends is nice because it will help you find the motivation that you need to keep your grades up and staying interested in school. You will want to make sure that you make an effort to bond with your roommate too. They will help you stay on track even more because they will notice the things that you are doing and what you are not doing. You will notice that you will find motivation for college naturally throughout the semester. This is because you are going to have classes that will lit a flame inside you. You will find that there are going to be classes that motivate you to learn more. You are going to also find there are some classes that are going to feel like a slow, painful death. However, you can't allow the negative to take over. You are going to also have to find ways to find a positive in the negative. There are going to be tests that you will pass with flying colors, but then there are going to be some that you barely survive. The key is to give it your all and to turn it into a positive note. Don't allow a grade to set your back. Take the experience and motivate yourself to do better. If you think you can do something, then you know you can do it. You can do anything that you put real effort in. Then if you give your all and still not make what you wanted, you still can't be disappointed because you worked hard for that grade. Also, remember, you are young. You need to enjoy life while in school. 139 When you can, you should try to take in all the experiences that you can. This means that you will want to join some clubs or take the school trip. You will want to keep your social life going as well as your grades so that you can find motivation to stick with college and see it to the end. College is life-changing, and if you can take it all in with a good, positive attitude, then you can achieve anything that you want to. 140 In general life, when it comes to life, there are plenty of things that you are going to need motivation for, but most of the motivation has to come from within yourself. You have to really want something for you to achieve your goals. You are going to need solid motivation for things like careers, love, family, moves, and even changing your looks. You need motivation for everything that you do, but you also need to have things that will help you maintain your motivation so that you can achieve your goals. The first thing that you will need to know about motivation is that you need to keep your attitude positive. You cannot allow others to influence you in a bad way. You can't allow others to take away your motivation, and you can do that by taking their negativity and turning it into a positive idea. You can do this simply by telling yourself a positive thing about your goal and why it is important to you. As long as you can remind yourself the importance or significance of the goal, then you should be motivated enough to reach your goal and continue to seek new experiences. Also, you need to learn how to take a negative and turn it into a positive. You have to keep your attitude positive so that you can reach all of your goals in a timely manner without getting frustrated with other people's comments and negativity. 141. The second thing that you need to do is mark down everything that you will do to reach your goals. Then you will want to check off the tasks as you do them so that you can make a map of your goal. This comes in handy when you need some extra motivation. If you are able to motivate yourself by looking at how far you have come and how proud you should be of yourself, then you will be okay. You need that little reminder that will let you know that you have come far and you have put forth a lot of effort. With your little reminder, you will find the strength to keep things going. Depending on the goal that you are trying to seek, you may want to think about going to a support group or having a friend. You may want to have someone stick with your routine with you. If you find it hard to work out, you may want a workout friend. If you have a hard time eating, you may want to find a support group like Overeaters Anonymous. Then there are some things that you are going to need to do by yourself. However, you will need to seek out the support of others when you feel the need. If you are trying to quit drinking, smoking, or drugs, you may want to find a local support group that will give you some comfort and strength. These are just some of the ways that you can find motivation, but you have to find something that will work for you. You will need to find something that will make you keep up with the routine and on the right path to success. It's different for everyone, but you will have to think about things like moral support so that you have some room to lean on people when you need it. 142. Everyone needs support with their goals, and no goal is an exception to that rule. You need to find motivation within yourself and from those around you so that you can make it in the end. If this is something that you really want, you will be able to find a way to succeed through your own motivation, but there are times when you will need help. 143. How to motivate yourself and feel good about it. To motivate yourself is the hardest task that you may ever have. It is so much easier to just offer your opinion to someone else, but when it comes to yourself, why does it always seem so hard to support yourself? So many people in the world lack the self-esteem and respect to go for the things that they really want. They lack the courage to reach out for better things. It can be because they do not believe that they are worth it, and it could be because they have a lack of support around them. People who are drenched in negative thoughts can never be able to motivate themselves because they are too dependent on the thoughts of others. You may want to talk to someone who can help you with your self-esteem so that you can reach out for improved things. It is good to have goals and dreams. It's what keeps a person's heart alive and beating. There are so many ways that you can motivate yourself. However, you have to find something to go for. You will want to get something that you can really get involved in. You may find that it can be evolved around your work, personal life, or even yourself. You will want to pick a goal and then write out a plan on how you will reach the goal. 144. Set yourself some deadlines and such so that you can see some progress. Once you have written your goals down, you will instantly feel a power within yourself that will push you forward. It will seem almost instantly because you can't explain why you want it, but that you need to reach this one particular goal. It's a great feeling to motivate yourself. When you motivate yourself, things seem so much more worth it. You are not doing it for anyone but yourself, and it is so rewarding, because most people will in fact be against you. In addition, you have to admit that it feels great to do something that others believe that you could never. It feels good knowing that you can do something that others would never expect out of you. It is good knowing that it's worth leaving the comfort zone to pursue the things that interest you. Not only does it feel good for spite, but also you have to admit that it is a boost to the self-esteem. If you can push yourself to do something, then why couldn't you push yourself to do anything else? This is a question that many find the answer to because of motivation. Think if you are so self-driven that you can control practically your life in all aspects. You may not be able to control your love life, but you can improve your personal relationships, and you will also be able to guide yourself through life. You can choose a career, instead of having a job. You can take the negative out of anything and turn it into the positive light that makes everything seem so much more worth living. 145 When you find self-motivation, you are able to feel better about yourself, and that is a good thing. You should do things for yourself because everyone deserves their own happiness, however, they just need the motivation to find it. Do you think that you can find the motivation inside you to pursue your own happiness? Remember, even the small things count and can grow into something huge. You can find success in self-motivation by simply believing in yourself and seeking your own happiness. 146 How to motivate others. It is easier to motivate others than it is to motivate yourself. Do you know why? You are able to look at things from a different light. You can step back from a situation and see things for what they really are because you aren't the one wearing the rose-colored glasses. You may not know exactly how you can motivate someone, but you may want to think about the person's feelings before you try to give them a heartfelt push. You do not want to sound nagging when you are only trying to be encouraging. It is easy to give someone your opinion, however, it's not always so easy trying to figure how to say it. The first tip on how to motivate others is to take out the negative and reinforce a positive note. You do not want to sound like you are tearing into your friend or loved one. You just want to give them some support to go for the things that they enjoy. If you are dealing with someone who seems to have no direction, you may want to think about asking him or her questions about their future. Support begins with a nice long chat, and if you two can understand each other, then you two should be able to have a good, solid and strong relationship needed to motivate. The second tip is to listen. When you are being asked to give your support, you will need to not judge. 147 You will need to give the person some advice, but that does not mean that you have to take what they are saying to extremes. The key is to listen. If you strongly disagree with the person, you should ask them to see your point of view and then make your points about your view, but not the way that it should be. When you stop giving orders and start talking about the way things make you feel, then you both will begin to have a healthy relationship, and motivation will only come from a healthy relationship. Sometimes you are going to be asked to give your support or blessing, and you are just going to have to give it regardless of whether you like it or not. If you are giving your support to a friend or family member, you may want to think about what your words may do to your relationship. Motivation could be something that makes or breaks a friendship or relationship. You may end up losing the person's respect if you continue to try to control instead of helping out. Lastly, you are going to have to think about the reason why you want to motivate the person. Most of the time it is because you truly care about them and you don't want to see them go to a place that is unhealthy. You may be trying to give your support in orders of controlling, of saving, or of love. The last thing that you can ever do is try to motivate someone in the name of control. You may just need someone to talk to about it because no one can control anyone. You have to give someone room to choose. However, if they are being destructive, you may feel the need to control to save them. This is when 148 you take professional advice and support them to seek new ideas. You will want to make sure that whatever reason you are supporting someone is out of love. You not only need to motivate the person, but you have to care about the person for them to turn their life around or reach their goals. 149 How to be outgoing. There are so many things that you are going to need to find motivation for, and being outgoing is one of them. It is hard to be outgoing because you have to put yourself out there, but you should know that it is one of the things that everyone has to do. Everyone needs to be outgoing and social for their own good. If you do not try to fit into the local crowd, you can be discriminated and it can be very hurtful. There are people who will go out of their way to tear a person apart, and your peers can be very cruel. You do not have to be buddy-buddy with everyone, however, you have to be able to be civilized to them. If you need a good reason to be outgoing, you should think about yourself and your comfort living in a certain area. You can find that not having a friend or two can be very lonely. Also, friends do a lot for the fact that you can have them when you need someone, and they can also introduce you to other people who will become a member of your inner circle or more. If you are lonely, you need to start getting out for the sake of making friends who have friends. You may not want to have a long-lasting relationship with someone, but if they invite you out, you should go. This is especially important if you are new to the area. 150. Not only will you be able to find a place that you could possibly like to go, but also you are also able to meet new people. When you meet new people, you will find potential, love interests, and that will help you in the end with your social and personal life. You have the potential to find a great love, and you have the potential to find someone who can be a great friend. The only thing is that you have to motivate yourself to be outgoing. You are the only person who can get yourself in the crowd and find people who are interesting and could be valuable friends. You need to let go of all your insecurities and put yourself out there. You can start it all by accepting an offer to go out, or you can put an offer out to a coworker, a roommate, a classmate, or just someone you see around every now and then. All you have to do is make the offer, and you will notice that it's a nice change to go out and have some fun. Even if the night is not that great, you will appreciate the change from your normal routine. Why not put yourself out there and motivate yourself to be more outgoing? What do you have to lose by offering a friendly drink or game of pool? You will not lose anything by going out with a few new people, but you have the world of possibilities to gain. You have no idea what can come from a night out with a potential new friend. You may be able to have a life-changing experience by accepting an offer to. You may be able to meet some of the most interesting and fun people by going out and getting in the local crowd. 151. You will be able to make some new friends and have some new experiences. You will also be able to learn from some of the mistakes that you may make, and you will be able to find it easier to make new future friends. 152. To be a better sister. When it comes to being a sister, it's not always an easy task. You will find that it is difficult to be there for someone all the time, and it is also not always so easy to let someone so close to you to make decisions that you would not. The only way that you can be a better sister is if you feel motivated to do so. You feel the need to be a better sister? Why? Here are some reasons that you may want to become a better sister. You may want to become person. You may want to mend a broken or hurt relationship. You may also want to think about becoming a better sister so that you can keep them from making the same mistakes that you did. You will want to do many things before you are able to make things right. The first thing that you can do to help motivate yourself to become a better sister is by having a long talk with yourself and with your siblings. When you have this talk, you will notice that there are going to reasons that will come out that will bring you two together. You will find these reasons to want to be even a better sister. You will find these reasons as motive to get closer. As you discover that the years that separate you do not really separate you two, because you have a very special bond. 153. Sisters tend to be brutally mean to each other, but it is a woman's way of saying I love you. Most women find the need to protect their other sisters, especially younger sisters, but they do not always go about it in the right way. Another factor that you should think about for motivation is the fact that you may miss opportunities to make a relationship with your sister real. You may lose your sister at any time and you don't realize that until she's gone. Then you have the rest of your life wishing you knew her better, or that you had that sisterly love between you two. Why live regret when you are able to right things now? You can go to your sister and let go of everything that has stopped you from getting closer. You can talk and work through your issues together and in the end come out stronger and closer. If you need some motivation to make up with your sister, you may just need to think about her as your sister. Your family and family should be fighting over. Family should be loving and caring for each other. You will miss so much if you lose the sisterly bond that was once there when you two were younger. You will find that without your sister you won't be able to carry on your life and still feel fulfilled. Think about all the things that you could be missing. All the talks that you are missing, and all of memories that you are missing out on will make all the difference. 154 You will find that there is so much more to gain from reviving your bond between each other than you could ever possibly know. You are missing out on so many more things in life by not seeking out a relationship with your sister. You will miss out on all of the events and possibility on seeing nieces and nephews. Do you honestly want to be locked out on all of that? Don't you think it's time that you find the motivation to call your sister and talk things? 155